Good evening. We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to participate in this kind of behavior again. Attorney present, if you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man. Okay. Ready?
Yes, Your Honor. On March 18th, 2025, at 5:21 p.m., an officer was dispatched to a theft at Walmart with a female in custody. Upon arrival, the officer took custody of the female identified by her Texas driver's license. The officer searched the defendant before passing custody over to another officer. That officer spoke to the loss prevention officer, who stated he was following the defendant in the store and observed her concealing items in her purse and backpack. This was done in a blind spot of the cameras, so there were not videos. The defendant then continued shopping before checking out and paying for some items. The defendant did not pay for the items she had concealed in the bags and passed all points of sale before the loss prevention officer stopped her. The defendant admitted to stealing before turning the items back over. The total value of the items was $120.86.
Thank you. Ms. Dews, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any Walmart for any reason whatsoever. If I find that you do, I will revoke your bonds, put you in jail, and no more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Likewise, if I find that you pick up any new cases, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody, man. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? Okay, I will have you fill out an application. Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. After that, we'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions ready. Do not leave until you sign them. Okay? Please. Do you mind filing those? No going to any Walmart?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anywhere.
No Walmarts anywhere?
Anywhere.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next judge is page 29, Reyes. Come on up.
Frank Reyes. Yes, sir. Mr. Reyes, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Officer was dispatched to a minor crash in Harris County, Texas, where the defendant had rear-ended the complaining witness. Upon contact, the officer found the defendant in the driver's seat, slipping in and out of consciousness. When the officer woke the defendant up, the defendant attempted to start his car and drive away, but at that point, officers had his keys. The officers did not notice any injuries on the defendant. When the defendant exited the car, he was unsteady, and officers observed and uttered alcoholic beverages, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. The defendant admitted to drinking at a bar earlier. Standardized foot sobriety tests were conducted, and the officers observed 6 out of 6 on the HGN, 8 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and 4 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. While en route to the Joint Processing Center, the defendant fell asleep in the officer's vehicle. At the Joint Processing Center, officer read the DIC and defendant consented. However, the defendant fell asleep again and began vomiting. The defendant was transported to the hospital, and a blood warrant was signed and executed.
So no breath test was done.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Can you run his license, please? See if he has a valid license.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Reyes, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. If you do not, I'm going to give you a portable device. You're not allowed to drive any vehicle from now on that's not equipped with an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock on it, I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond high. Do you understand?
I understand. It says ineligible.
You are not allowed to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising you're not going to drive. Mr. Reyes, heed this warning. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
I understand.
You cannot justify driving for any reason. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 babies. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sending notice now to DPS so that every single officer in the state knows that you are not allowed to drive a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock. If you're caught driving a vehicle, it doesn't have an interlock, they will arrest you and put you in jail. I am now giving you a portable device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol. You will also be tested for illegal drugs as well. You test positive, you consume alcohol, into jail you will go. You have the ability to hire lawyers, sir.
I do.
We're going to give you time. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'll get you to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. You will get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go.
These songs from private, you can.
Yeah.
These songs from private, they do not, not.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand. In some state, I will be about to know about sexes.
All right, Judge, next is page 30. Sullivan, come on up.
Or songs for it or not.
This way. Let him sign, please. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Sullivan. Sir, you were charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On March 23rd, 2025, at approximately 15:39 hours, the law enforcement officer was dispatched to an address in Harris County, Texas. In reference to a disturbance, the law enforcement officer arrived on scene. They made contact with a witness who stated that her husband, the defendant, had been arguing because her adult daughter does not like the defendant and asked the complaining witness to pick between having a relationship with her and her grandchildren or the defendant. The complaining witness stated she decided to sever a relationship with her daughter and informed the defendant that she would be moving back to Arizona. The complaining witness stated this upset the defendant and he began arguing with her. She then expressed that she hated him and this made the defendant more upset and he told her to hit him if she hated him so much. The complaining witness stated she hit Mr. Sullivan with a closed fist on the head and face area 3 times before losing balance, slipping and falling. This fall caused her to hit her face on their bedroom dresser. The complaining witness then said she got up and crawled into bed and she was laying on the furthest corner of the bed closest to the wall and covered her body with a blanket. The complaining witness said that approximately 10 minutes went by. Mr. Sullivan, the defendant, continued to argue with her. He crawled on bed, grabbed her, flipped her over, her back was on the mattress, and used his body weight and then on top of her while placing both hands on her upper arms to hold her down. The complainant was saying this caused her pain and she was able to free one of her arms and use her hand to grab the defendant's genital area and making him let go of her completely. The defendant then used his right hand and punched the complaining witness on her mouth, causing pain and visible injury. The complaining witness added the fight then diminished the law enforcement officer observed visible injuries, including large purple bruises on both arms and injuries to the top and bottom inner glove.
Laser, you hearing this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Interesting. So she's the initial aggressor though, correct?
Your Honor,
So it looks like he says, hey, hit me, antagonizing. She gets into it. She pops him, what, 3 times in the mouth, you say?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, don't say anything. Sorry.
So Your Honor, only thing I would ask is, this is not home court's case. If we can just stand down, wait for the DVD prosecutor to be here. I don't know if he's spoken with the complainant yet, if he has anything more to add. I would just ask the court to withhold the finding until we can get the prosecutor.
All right, Mr. Sullivan, just do me a favor. Will you just take a seat behind the jury box? I'm going to get, I'm going to also appoint him a lawyer, if you don't mind. I'm going to appoint him someone as well, so we can do just.
That's totally fine, Your Honor.
You know.
Let me, and I'll email DVDs. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Do me a favor, just take a seat for me real quick, all right?
All right, Judge, next is page 14. Yes, you can come on up.
Mr. Guest, you are charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Your case is 180 days now. You have taken off multiple times on us. It is now time to figure out what we're going to do with your case. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today and we will figure out what we do with your case. Do you understand? Take a seat for me in the jury box, please.
That's it for now. We're waiting on the interpreter for one more.
Okay. Anyone? Epimenian?
No,
You good?
I need to.
Yeah. Okay.
Reyes, Frank?
Well, hey, she's here. Okay.
Let me. I didn't capture some one more time. Sorry about that.
Keep it arraignment.
I think just we're having to lose my approach. Would you like me to call him up? Yes.
What was the last name?
Guzman.
Buenos días, señor. Yo soy su intérprete. Por favor, conteste todo a voz alta.
You're Abner Guzman.
Guzmán.
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Guzman, you're
Señor
charged with
Guzmán,
displaying a
acusado
fictitious license plate.
Con dar placas.
6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed for you.
Thank you. On March 24th, 2025,
Marzo del 2025.
at around
a las
11:20
9
a.m.,
11:20 mañana,
officers were dispatched to a
los
B&B
oficiales
call
fueron despachados a
at 2520 Airline Drive
2520 Airline Drive
in Harris County,
en el
Texas.
condado Harris, Texas.
Upon arrival,
Al llegar,
officers
los
observed the
oficiales
defendant's
observaron el acusado
vehicle parked in the west side parking lot
estacionado en un lote de estacionamiento
near the fence of the
cerca de
Houston
la cerca
Farmers
del
Market,
Houston Farmers Market,
with the front passenger window
con
broken.
la ventanilla del pasajero del frente quebrada.
Officers
Los
conducted a vehicle
oficiales
check
hicieron un registro de vehículo
on the temp license
en
plate
la licencia de manejar temporal,
and returned a
pero
dot
la
match
placa, y regresó, lo tenía ahí,
the defendant's
de
vehicle.
del acusado, el vehículo del acusado.
At 12
A
p.m.,
las 12 p.m.
the defendant arrived
el
on
acusado
scene,
llegó,
told officers that he was the
le
owner of
dijo
the
al oficial que
vehicle.
era el dueño del vehículo.
Defendant was
El
detained.
acusado fue detenido.
Defendant said he had purchased the
Él
vehicle
compró el vehículo
5 years prior
5 años anterior
in Florida
en la Florida.
and paid an additional fee for the seller
Costas adicionales al vendedor
to change the title
para que
to
le
the bank.
cambiaran el título,
But the seller did not do that.
pero el vendedor no lo hizo.
Defendant stated he met a
El
woman
acusado declaró que él conoció a una mujer
on WhatsApp
en WhatsApp
who offered him a
que
fake
le
temporary license
ofreció una
plate
placa falsa temporal
for $40,
por $40
which he purchased.
que él compró.
Defendant stated he had
El
been
acusado
driving the
dijo que había
vehicle
estado manejando el vehículo
with fake temporary
con
license
las
plate
placas temporales falsas
for 4 years.
por 4 años.
The defendant was
El
ID'd by his
acusado fue
Guatemalan passport.
identificado por el pasaporte de Guatemala.
Mr. Guzman, I'm going to find that there's
Guzmán
sufficient
encuentra que hay
probable cause to go
suficiente
forward.
causa para seguir hacia adelante con su caso.
If you do not have a Texas
Si
driver
usted no tiene
license
licencia de
and
manejar en
liability
Texas,
insurance in your name,
seguro,
you are not allowed
su
to
nombre
drive.
no se le
I
permite
don't
manejar.
care what you need
A
to
mí
do in
no
this
me
life.
importa qué tienes que
If
hacer
you're not
con
properly
esto. Si
licensed
usted no tiene
and have
licencia
insurance,
funcional y tiene seguro
do
de carro,
not
no
drive.
maneje.
You'll be signing a promise with me. This is an affidavit that you're going to swear to me that you're not going to
Carro
drive.
que usted no va a
You
manejar.
cannot justify driving for any reason.
Al manejar,
If I
por
find that you do, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail.
confianza, le pongo
I don't know what your
cárcel.
immigration status is,
Pero si está
but if you're not in this country with permission
en este
and you go to jail,
a la cárcel,
and immigration finds you,
encuentra
they
la
will put a
migración,
detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with,
caso se
and then you
acabe.
get shipped off to immigration.
Yo,
Do you understand?
entiende.
Sí.
Yes,
Do not.
no maneje.
This is the only bond condition that you have. Do not pick up any new cases as well. If I find that you're a danger to my community, likewise, I will put you in jail.
Igualmente no.
You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me that he cannot get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, likewise, I will revoke your bond. Do you understand?
Lo entiende. Yes.
Okay, I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria. We'll have you swear to us that you're not gonna drive, and after that, you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse me. Thank you.
Yep, take care. Please.
There's, on page 43 and 44, right, just like this month. Right inside, consider this. Council's here to address the bail. You wanted to roll it right there.
Okay,
Sarah, ready on that? Yes. Did you need him brought out?
yeah, if you don't mind, please. Hi, thanks for coming. The thing is that it got reset and we never addressed the bond conditions. He's on bond for harassed communication. He picked up a robbery and he still has a PR bond.
So, the harassment, this is the first time he's being picked up for the harassment. He's never been picked up for the harassment before. It was a 2B for like 4 years. And he just now got it. So that evading, they got him for the robbery and the harassment that day. Because it was the officer who filed the 2B for the robbery that saw him. So he's never come to court before for, well, he came to court for the robbery, obviously, last week, but he's never been for the harassment or the evading. He's never been to court before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Conditions on him last time or no?
This court did not, but the magistrate has conditions of like no contact and all that.
So the harassing is not with is the complaining witness, they're two different complaining witnesses?
Yes, they are.
I don't know anything about the harassment case, so I guess when we bring him out, let's
Okay.
do PC on him because I want.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
guess that, and I mean, accuracy is, how bad is it? Is there injuries, significant injury?
It is, underlying is bodily injury, except one review.
Right here, please. And, Your Honor, would it be possible to turn off the live stream for purposes of the arraignment? Thank you very much.
Are they in?
No, I just was checking.
I think I filed it though.
You wanted some file?
Yeah, let me have him sign it, I guess. So you filed conditions on Guzman, right?
Yes, sure. This was the,
Yeah, I might as well have filed it. Yeah, Hi, Dan.
Hi, Judge. How are you? Yeah, Mr. Reynolds, Your Honor. This was a kind of a carryover from about a week ago, give or take. He was charged with FSGI, POM, but they did not charge the FSGI. That was kind of the basis. We're trying to get it resolved to where we can do a PTI on the POM and just forego the FSGI. I think it's
include restitution.
include
That
restitution.
would have been on the FSGI in the PTI on POM. That way, we're not getting it reindicted. It's just.
Did you want to, so we have not found PC on the,
No, you found PC on the POM, Your Honor, if I recall. I think it was, for whatever reason, they also called it anything. So they charged the POM. They meant to charge it FSGI from what I can see.
But they never
based
did.
on what they never did.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a system issue, but I think we can resolve it without me going to grand jury, indicting the FSGI.
Okay, yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, no, we came back, you wanted to come see us in a week. So
Yeah,
that's where we
so-
are. I think we're moving towards resolution. Yeah, it's like-
I'd love to see if he has a license, though, because I'm gonna order him not to drive if he doesn't have a license. It's an FSGI,
Understood.
theoretically, it doesn't get charged, but I want to make sure that if he doesn't have a license and insurance, that he's not going to drive. I
Again,
don't, let me see.
I might be.
You're right.
Where I got it.
There is a bail condition to drive. You're good. Okay, we're good.
Thanks, Judge. All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good turn. Hey,
Aaron Durden, bond violation report. You said bring him today. He's here.
come up, Mr. Durden.
I have a good explanation.
Yes. We're here on yet another bond violation report. It is now alleged that the client was instructed to install an ignition interlock device, not to tamper with the device, to blow into it. And from 2/20 to 3/20/25, you skipped 8 tests, not using the device as instructed.
I'll explain, Judge.
Please.
All those violations except one are on the same day. If you look at the photos, there's only one person in any of the photos. It's not him. He owns a company. He allowed his employees to drive the truck. They didn't understand the deal. All the other pictures show nobody in the truck. What they did, they're roofers. They just left the truck running while they were doing work to keep the climate control on. He has since clarified that. We've emailed pretrial last week asking them to try to get the photos before the violation so we could see who was actually driving the truck, but we didn't hear any response.
He has guys, does he have a blow schedule that he's supposed to
Yes.
blow? He has a blow schedule. He's supposed to blow at certain times and he's not blowing.
Are you not blowing at certain times?
That's not, no, that's not true, Your Honor.
I have here 8 skip tests.
No. So one of my guys was driving the truck and he did not, I didn't instruct him that when you stop the vehicle, that you can't just leave it running. So he wasn't informed about that. So he just left the truck.
But it was rolling retests that were skipped. That's the allegation, rolling retests. So somebody started the truck, got out of the truck and left it running, and it just kept saying blow, blow, blow. If you look at the times and date, they're like 5 minutes apart for 15 or 20 minutes.
Yes, Judge, I do see that it's the rolling retest. As far as what specifically that entails, honestly, that's something I haven't encountered before.
I haven't either, but
Yeah.
bottom line, he's supposed to test at certain times.
Yes, but that would be a missing test, but the allegation is in the bond violation, rolling retest.
So yes, there's no violation, no allegation that he has missed his flow schedule.
What times, do you have this time set that he's supposed to actually blow?
I can reach out to the manager and get that information.
Do you mind? I'd like to know what specific times is he supposed to test?
Yes.
And did he actually do it on that times or is it someone else blowing? That's what I'd like. So let me see what they say and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Marcus.
Hey, Judge. I got two on your docket. First one is Diego Gonzalez, Judge. We're waiting on Ashley Guys for approval. This one.
Okay, I guess let's give it a week.
And then I've got,
I'll waive it if it's not,
perfect, thank you.
if it's no decision by that time,
Okay,
then we'll waive it. But if there's a decision, then it's gotta be there.
okay.
It's not done at TRAS, I'm assuming, right?
He's done the TRAS, yes.
Oh, he did.
I believe he's done the, yes, he has done the TRAS.
So we'll waive it if there's no decision. If there is, no.
Perfect.
Okay, who's your next? Who's next?
And then next one is Guevara, Guevara. He has signed the contract. We're just waiting for him to get the portable device and pay the DA fee. Did you get it? Sign that. No, you're okay.
How long do you want?
2 weeks would be great.
If it's not done by 2 weeks, let them know I'm setting it for trial.
Okay.
He's 60 now. Okay.
I understand. Thank you, Judge. May I be excused? Thanks.
So, you mentioned he wasn't split questions.
Hey.
Hi, Judge. I have Jonathan Lopez on your docket today. Last setting we were here, you scheduled him to get a TRAS done. During the TRAS, he didn't complete the TRAS. Based upon some notes from the evaluator, I do want to get a competency evaluation done.
Okay.
If I can
Yes.
have 30 days to do that.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. As far as the TRAS, would you want to reschedule the TRAS after we get the competency evaluation?
I guess let's wait to see, because if he comes back as not, then the TRAS is just,
Right,
they won't do it.
okay, I'll
right?
file that
They
today.
won't do it, right?
No, they won't do it.
Unless it's found competent.
Right.
Okay, I'll file that competency evaluation today.
Just trying to, yeah, that's who I think it is. Okay, yeah.
Thank you, Judge. Okay.
Those are your further instructions, in the event that you're looking not.
Okay, thanks, man. You have a wonderful day as well. Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Council for Lisa.
Suzanne.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hey, good morning.
I'm actually here at the courthouse and I wanted to see I just have one setting with the client in person, and then can I just come to the courthouse to your courtroom in person?
What's the client's name?
Oh, McGee, MCGEE.
Council for Lisa.
He's in custody, Your Honor.
Yeah, so what did you want to do?
So I was supposed to speak with the state, but my, the meeting that I had on my calendar said to do the Zoom. So what I was wondering is I have one in-client person that I'm about to go take care of, and then can I just run to your courtroom in person?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll be here. So
Thank you, sir.
You, Deputy Miranda, you have McGee back there, right? Yeah, he's here. We'll hold him for you until you get here.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Okay.
They have like issue with it because I was in last week, so it's the shop is now assigned as well. Specified in the city. So that's if he has anything on there around it. Okay. Let's do. Waive the appearance and do this for example. That's why I have a next time is in too, because I like silence and all the Yes, yes, I made an appointment for him. I think that I was like they were. Oh, you're not.
You ready for me?
Yeah.
Everything up to you. I think we missed them. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and sign for the pension, and then I'll try to judge signs, then I'll print a copy. Just, you'll just be waiting. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you? So, this one, I have a motion to sub. Yeah, so. Southern from one lawyer. With Brad.
Yeah, thanks.
Or do you touch me? She wants. I don't even. Okay, so
Yep.
If you could bring me a copy of this.
Do you remember the note that you're like me?
No, I'm just standing here, sorry.
Okay, no, you're good.
Probably awkwardly. Hey, yeah, y'all. No, it's already signed. Okay, cool.
I'll be right back.
Okay,
Definitely did.
that must be nice working for that PD office you've done for the day.
I was not supposed to come today, but. Yeah, now couple weeks. Well, I guess it's just like. You'll see some of the other ones, this is the one that I found most helpful. I just don't like. I haven't my phone, but this is where you just you'll see some other ones, but you guys are a lot specific. Just let me know.
Yeah, so I shut down. I don't know. I just, yeah, I think like, yeah. All right, so I just don't want to know looking at your belly. That's just not what I said before, but. Now I'm just you know, I would go be there. How many other for you? Oh, okay. Council Lisa? For my Of course. Should be still have that chance. Did they just not recognize me? Or they really thought they were here, you can always go back and into the each part is connected to each other. So we can do it like this, sometimes I need to do SOS. But yeah, I'll just turn to the restroom. And then I was super. This just.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, yes, page 35. He hasn't made it up. Just kidding, yes, he has. He's back there.
He's back there.
Sorry, this does not have to do with them, so.
So I just saw that he has a BVR.
Oh,
Perfect time.
who's it for?
Adelar,
Adelar?
jail case, Adelar.
Do you have him back there? Okay. Um, I guess we'll wait for the lawyer to get here and then we can address it.
Okay, I'll.
Judge, I just wanted to inform you on Mr. Durden. The case manager, I misread the case note. He's not on a blow schedule. He had the rolling retest also, I clarified. It's because he's leaving the vehicle or somebody is leaving the vehicle on without turning it off and then getting out of it. So they do that to prevent making sure that they didn't consume alcohol in between that time. And those are the ones that are being skipped. So the ones, not to turn the car on or anything, but it's already running, get out of the vehicle, get back in, start driving. They want you to retest. It's not being retested.
You hear that?
I did, Your Honor. That's what I thought, because all the skipped had empty seats. There was nobody in the car when they were skipped. It was one of his employees. Runs a roofing company. One of his employees drove the truck because they need to, and they just didn't understand the process. It won't happen again. And Judge, I know it's a second bond violation, but the first bond violation was when he was out of town in Florida and missed his go back in on the 30-day thing and did it as soon as he got back into town, and we resolved that. He had missed his download and recalibrate by a few days.
Let's do this. I want to send it for a drug and alcohol test now.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and then if he's clean supervision.
Okay.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Durden? I'm gonna go ahead and send over to the trust.
Just, you want to, I think we have two CHAs.
49 San Jacinto. You can put it in your phone if you have it.
Sure.
And the first one is page 12, bottom of
It's
12.
right next door. It's a red building. It's mixed. Check in with the-
Bottomosi, come up. Hey, Carl, I got your email.
Okay.
So Gomez was dismissed. Hey, so Carl's here. Gomez
Yes.
was dismissed.
Yes.
Both cases were dismissed, or it's just one?
Both of them. He pled to deferred on the felony case, and the state filed motion to dismiss the
Okay.
underlying.
And then Ponce was the other one. I don't know. what
Ponce was no PC previously, but it has not been presented to the grand jury yet. I don't know if the state plans on doing so or not.
David's asking for more time, so I'll put it on the last Monday of this month.
Okay.
April 28th.
She put on for April 28th.
April 28th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Sir, do you have a lawyer today?
I do. He is not supposed to be present. He told me.
Who did you hire the person?
He's a hired lawyer, sir.
What page was this on?
Page
12, you said?
12. It's a.
And I can pull out the name if you want me to.
They haven't filed any documents yet indicating, can you see on the bottom of page 12, if they filed any documents for representation?
On Gaston or?
No, bottom.
Okay.
The other one, bottommost.
No, Judge. Nothing.
They have not filed any documents indicating that they're, okay, you can go outside and go call them. Give me 1 second, Mr. Evans, and I'll hit you up. Carl, did you want to talk about anything else or no? Who's the second?
The next one, Judge, is page 30. Sutton, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Sutton. You have a lawyer today.
No, sir.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer.
Yes, sir. Just need a little more time. Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy to give it to you. If you want to go to Victoria, we'll have you sign a receipt. We'll give you more time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next one, Judge, is page 32, Torres, come on up.
Mr. Evans.
Good morning, Your Honor.
What's going on?
In the felony court, we went to the judge, off the record to see what she would do if we came to her. She made a,
You said what?
I said, we're still waiting on the felony, but, we went and this case should be decided on 5/7 either way. So the judge told us what she would give us off the record if we came to her. And so she's giving us to 5/7 to try to get everything in order.
She gave you what?
She gave us until 5/7 to get everything in order. 'Cause we're going to her for punishment.
Without an agreed rec or what?
Yes.
Is there an agreement in this case to resolve this one as well? We're talking about Tim and Williams.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Williams is the last name.
Williams, thank you.
Last I heard, they were waiting on to see what felony was going to do.
I'm chatting you, Mr. Evans.
It would be a time served offer or dismissal with a felony. Your Honor.
Or dismissal if they pled with the felony?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so straight, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, okay. All right, we'll carry it with you the same day then.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, okay. So on Williams?
Required appearance?
Yeah.
He was not here today.
No.
He was required.
You sure he's not there?
Yeah, he's not checked in yet.
Maybe it was a misunderstanding on his, that this is required. I know he texted me this morning and say, "Oh, we all good for today." So I thought he was there. I am in contact with him. I think it might have been a misunderstanding. We just had court last week. He might have thought this was not a required appearance. Hold on, let me make sure.
Just carry it, it's fine. Okay, we got you on 5/7.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, do you have a lawyer? What are you doing about that?
Not able to hire one at the moment.
Okay, I can have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you. Don't just put NA, don't put zeros because I'm not gonna believe it. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have in the bank, how much money you have coming in, child support, all this, and then I'll take a look, okay? Defendant, you mind giving her an application, please? I'm gonna have them give you an application, then we'll have you fill it out.
That was the last one, Judge.
Michael Finn. Hey.
Right.
I'm Mr. Bruce Lee, Mr. Honor. We had submitted mitigation to Ashley. We're just waiting for her approval.
Can you verify that everything's been done?
Yes, Your Honor. We're awaiting proof of college enrollment. Isn't that?
Yeah, I would send it to her.
So that what did you say?
320.
Okay, yes, sir. I just have that noted. After that, Your Honor, the next one should be in.
Sent it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so we'll set it off for a week to see if they get approved or not. Lemus, yeah. Okay, we'll set you off a week. Okay, so Michael, if there's no decision, we'll waive the appearance.
Okay.
If there is a decision, they gotta be here, so we'll.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
I've never closed the
Gracias.
I'm trying to. It's. All right, there you go. You're ready now. Let's go to right now. Sometimes the group is start or the state card and then go. There's one speaker. This list is not like this. They'll review, so. Because they're probably way other attorneys, so we're doing something also additional, so. Like, oh my God. So I got the sense of, it's not for setting. Hey, after you have the drug testing, I need my drug testing.
Jalen, you need me?
Yes, Your Honor, I had Mr. Portillo Sanchez. He is here. I believe there was a BVR where he was 18 minutes late. He said that, he lives alone. His neighbor got home from work and he asked for a ride to go to Walgreens and Family Dollar to get some food. And then traffic, I understand. And he said at 6:48, he realized, I don't have time. They got in the car and then traffic was not good.
We're supposed to keep letting him go. You know what I mean? It's always one thing. If I let him go now, then what's the next excuse? He's already has what, 5 open cases now as it is? Right? Yeah.
I would ask for an admonishment and give him one more chance. I don't think he's we're set for trial, I believe in April.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm sending in for a drug and alcohol test right now.
Okay,
We'll see.
okay.
Mind sending you to work for a drug and alcohol test now?
Yes, Judge. Mr.
Thanks.
Curfew?
And Your Honor, I did have one other case. It was Miss Stephanie Lynn Campbell. She is on the docket today. She has not appeared. This is the second or third, I believe third time she has not appeared. She doesn't communicate with me and I was asking to withdraw.
So I'll end up, it's under Campbell or what's it under?
Well, it's Stephanie Adams, Stephanie Lynn, Stephanie Campbell.
Adams. Okay. I have it at 5,002. So I'm just gonna revoke it. Do you want to stay on or do you want to withdraw?
I want to withdraw because this has happened. I did file a
So
motion.
what I'll do is I'll give it to the end of docket. If she's
Sure.
at the end of docket at that,
Sure.
then yeah.
Well-
If she does end up here by some miraculous, I'll reach out to you and then.
Sounds good. I'll be back. I have other.
Okay.
So,
Don't worry about it.
thank you.
Okay. Oh, so she has two cases though, right?
She has two cases, Your Honor.
So I'm gonna send both of them at 10,003 in the event that she doesn't show up.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thanks. Hi.
Hi, good morning, Judge. Really quickly, I have Darren Cassidy. He's in custody. So the state and I have been chatting. They've made an offer. We just wanted to run it by you before we go through the paperwork process. So he has two criminal trespasses. One was at a metro platform. The other one was at a residential or somebody's house, basically. The state is offering, I'm asking them to offer time served.
Of course.
They're offering 90 days. He has 25 days credit, so ultimately he would just have to do another 5. We wanted to see if you would be willing to accept the time
Did
served.
we have him T-Raz? Is he homeless?
Yes, he is. So he has a mom, like he can go there, I guess, if he wants to, but he's like,
Did he live on the street?
basically. So they do want to do a T-Raz and put him on a probation. I'm just concerned that we're gonna be back here with violations if he end up getting put on a probation.
That may be the best thing because if he's using and he would prefer to live on the street and use, right? Just all he's gonna do is end up catching more cases after more cases, right?
Good.
Have we done a T-Raz on him? So are you okay if we do want to see what they say?
I'm fine with that, Judge.
Guided so that we can have it probably done at the latest results by Thursday?
Okay, I think that.
You think that's possible?
Yes, we can get it expedited. Okay.
And then we'll come back, we'll see what they say, you know, because I'm curious, how do we help them and not just continue to perpetuate, you know?
Understood.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, James, yeah.
Judge, I have Odiombo on today's docket. He's doing the DWI PTI program. He just needs a little more time to get the device.
Last name is?
Marina Odiombo. It's hyphenated. She's been having some financial issues, and so he's trying to get some money together to get the alcohol monitoring device. And we also need to submit the industry affidavit, but he's provided that to me to get the
213 days old.
Just we can get 2 weeks just for him to get the device. That's all we need. We have the contract already, and we just need to get the fee waived as well.
Bring him up.
Yes, Judge. Julia, around this way. I'm just trying to get this wrapped up, Judge, and we're really close.
So are you doing that for the fee, right, James?
Yes, Judge, we have to submit the device, or we have to submit the industry affidavit for the $300 fee, and then he also has to get the alcohol monitoring device.
Filled out the affidavit.
Judge, he has that filled out. It's just I need to get a PDF copy of it, and he says he can scan that to me.
You have everything now because we can scan it, bring him back and I can.
No, Judge, he took photos of it, and that's not gonna work for them.
Your case is 215 days old. I'm not giving you any more time after that. It's not, if you don't have it done, I'm going to immediately set you for trial or you're going to take a plea bargain agreement from the state. But I'm not giving you any more time after that. You need to have everything done by that time. You need to submit the affidavit today, not tomorrow, not next week, because they need time to review it to see if they're going to grant it for you. I will not give you any more time after this 2 weeks. If you don't have it done, I will bring you back day for day until you have it done. Do you understand? Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
That's
Can I get
final
2 weeks? Thank you, Judge.
Hey, come on. Hey, good morning.
This is Canales.
Is it Alice?
Canales, just, he's not on the docket, actually MPTI, he was, he got a.
Was this the one where he's testing positive for cocaine?
He's not here, as long as he's one, I'm saying that he's, in West Texas, and he does not have a ride, or he said we could try to see if he can move it.
He's testing positive for cocaine.
And Judge, he
I'm
did.
not, I mean,
He mentioned to the probation that he's taking a certain medication that he got from Mexico. I'm not sure that's, but that was his.
and I have a bridge to sell you as well. I've got a pony and back. Perhaps a unicorn?
Right.
No. So
Well, they staffed it with Ashley and she's given him 2 weeks to enroll in IOP and SOP and placed him on a zero tolerance. That's what they did with him.
I think that we need to do a lot more than just that. I mean, we need to test him like crazy.
Okay.
So what's he doing in West Texas?
He's working, Judge.
Okay, he needs to come back. We need him here. So I'll set up for bond forfeiture for Wednesday. If he's not here, I'm gonna revoke his bond. I'm not gonna just sit here and just let him use. Now we're giving him another 2 weeks. Who knows what the hell's gonna happen with him now in the next 2 weeks? No,
Definitely
you know? So I'll set up for bond forfeiture for Wednesday. If he's not here, then let him know. Okay, thanks. And we need, that's okay. We need to get some, just to make sure that he's, I know the IOP SOP, that's great, but I mean, unless you're doing increased testing, that's, yeah, okay.
Raise your right hand. It's just a thought. You sound smart for me. There was extra.
Yes.
Thank you.
She didn't answer.
Ah, Mr. D.
That's right.
Shh. If it down, we got a plea.
What's it called?
You did, or we have to wait, give
Well, hold on a second, hold on a second. You really want to do a probation with Mr. Proctor?
That's what he said, Judge.
You couldn't even stay out of trouble while you're on bond. Why do you actually think that you can make a probation? Yeah, I've heard that before. How many times have I heard that before? How many bond violations have we had, Mr. Proctor? You know, you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. You know, if you think you repeatedly fail to appear for court, you repeatedly fail to comply with bond conditions, how on earth do you think that you're going to be able to make probation where you have to do classes, you have to remain clean, you have to report once a month? You can't even report to court once a month. How are you going to do this for 12 months? History says otherwise, Mr. Proctor. Can we do a TRAS? Before I do anything, I don't know how to go forward with him. And I think that probably the best way to see is to have Mr. Proctor evaluated to see what conditions and what is the appropriate way to go forward, because I have no idea what's going on in your life. I have no idea what you have, and We don't want to see you fail, Mr. Proctor. We want you to leave better than you came. But just doing this right here, it's just throwing you out there to the wolves. I mean, if you really think that this is the appropriate way, you can even, while you're on bond, for a couple months, stay out. Before, I would like to have him evaluated. So what we do is we have clinicians available that can interview you, talk to you about you, what's going on with your life, what has been happening with you, how everything has transpired and how we've gotten here to this point, and to see what's the best way that we go forward. Do we need a treatment plan? Do we need inpatient treatment? Is it sufficient to do out? I don't know, but I'm not ready to do this just yet. I think that we need to have the QRAS to see how we go forward. Let's see what they say. And then at that point, you want to court reporter regardless, right?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. We will respectfully honor the
So let's
request by the court.
It doesn't have to take long. I can expedite it so we can have everything done within the next couple of days. We're not talking weeks. We're not talking, so we can have everything done quick. Because I don't want you to just sit there and languish. But I need to know how to go forward. And this, I don't think that this is the appropriate way. If they say after we have you evaluated, if they say and they give the blessing, then I'm all for it. I want to do what they advise because they know best. Every time I have someone TRAS and I deviate from it, we pay dearly. So that's why I trust them to give us the best advice as how to go forward. All right? Give me a couple days. Let me get the TRAS done. We can come back and then we'll go forward. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
Thank you.
I just want to make sure I have it on my notes, so we just want to wait for the T-Rex before we do the plea.
Right. Yeah, because I want to know what are the appropriate conditions that we put? Because this right now, this is the type of probation that we usually do when people have, no violations or, they've been, but here we have multiple, 4 different violations from one thing or the other. So that's why.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Morning, Excellency. How are you? I'm good, Judge. I just got hired on Miss McKelvey. This is the one you emailed me about. She's in the box. Pretrial has indicated to me that she did take a test last Tuesday and she did test negative. She tried to go to Quest, which we sent her to. They wouldn't take it because they didn't have enough information. But she ended up testing, I guess, through pretrial.
Yes.
Okay.
When did you test last?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, just the 25th of March.
Okay. Come on, Mr. McKelvey. I'll just admonish her now.
Thanks, Judge. I told her 0 tolerance. I mean, she's a real sweet lady. I don't think you're going to have any issues with her in the future.
No tolerance. If you miss again, it's not going to go well. All I'm asking you to do is show up when they call you to take a test. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So right now, nothing's going to happen today. But if it happens again where you miss a test, then I will issue a warrant. No tolerance. You understand?
Yes,
You're
sir.
not to use any alcohol. You're not to use illegal drugs. And that's how we ensure that it doesn't happen. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Carter.
Judge, may she sit in the audience? Thank you.
So wait, you dismissed McGee.
Yes, sir.
Does he still have the? So, okay. Okay, I guess I will wait for the lawyer to get here so we can deal with it.
And I think he was here, I don't know.
He should be here. I told him, hold.
Okay, maybe call back, I'll talk to him.
No, you didn't send McGee down. Deputy Miranda. We need him because did you tell him to send him down? Did you send McGee down?
Oh, no, he's still here.
Okay, don't send him down.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Please solemnly swear affirm that the information is not construed correctly as well. Yes. Yes.
Hey, John. You ready?
Judge, I'm approaching you on Miss Carter. Judge, we've got everything into PTI. We just have not heard back from them. I tried to email them yesterday and I still haven't heard anything.
Everything in with Carter.
Thank you, Sheriff. Just a moment.
Miss Carter.
Carter.
Hold on, just Crawford, I'm sorry, Crawford. That's what I thought.
Anley Crawford.
What's that?
Anley Crawford.
Yes.
Yes.
Me.
You see everything turned in for them. You guys make a decision on PTO.
She was a no accident at .10, Judge, so PTI was.
Let me do everything. From what I have, everything's in.
Okay, great. We'll set you a week.
Let me just make sure that I'm gonna be here for you, and that way, no worries. Judge, a week is fine if you just don't mind waiving her appearance,
And if no decision has been made.
Right. Right.
If it's been made, then they need to be here to do a TRAS.
Well, usually she's, we still have, I mean, in terms of the decision, there's no mitigation. It's a 4.0, no crash. It should be ready to go. Well, what happens is, you know, if she probably still need a little bit of time to get the, either, the device, the interlock.
No, but you need the TRAS first.
Yeah, right. So,
Has Crawford done the TRAS?
No.
so we probably, that's why I'm thinking we might need longer than a week, so we can get her to her TRAS for.
You have them come here. with-
Okay, in that case, come back in a week and go straight to TRAS then.
If there's no decision, it's great. If it's,
Let's make it, she'll be here.
if it's, Herbert.
Good morning, Judge. Approach. May I give you the case number since it's not on the docket? 2556 552. Judge, he drives a 18-wheeler. You put an interlock on. Obviously for his personal vehicle, he has an interlock. It's just, for commercial drivers, is it okay if he doesn't have it first? I mean, if the law allows him to drive a commercial vehicle that's owned by the employer, without the interlock,
does he have a Scram on?
he does not have a Scram
I'll
on.
put a Scram on to make sure he doesn't have any.
Can that be agency paid? Okay, thank you.
So can drive the 18-wheeler. I want to know that he doesn't have alcohol and let him know that if I find that any alcohol whatsoever, it's not going to go well for him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So keep the ignition interlock?
yes,
And it asks for him.
correct. Hi. Good morning, of course.
I have Miss Collins on docket today. She's the one in Galveston County. I asked her to get a mitigation packet together. Her mom sent the letters on Thursday night. I'm still trying to get the certificates from. It's not as old, but
I didn't know what to do. It's 132 days. Okay, how much time you want?
1 week maximum.
More than that.
That's understood. Thank you, I
hundred
appreciate
and
that.
thirty-two, so
Yeah.
it's not the
Yes,
end of the world.
yes, Judge. Yes, sir.
You need more time than 2 weeks.
Well, the more time I give, the more time of people.
Whatever you
So
want, up to 30 days.
2 weeks.
Done.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
She's betting against it though.
Not me, just I feel like when people see more time, they like that.
Wave is a signature.
Signature way.
Wait, actually, hold on. How will we pick up review mitigation? Is that a litigation? Is he gonna go today? All right, thank you, Judge.
Wow. The rock star, the one, the only. Yes. Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Yeah, Your Honor, I am here on Mr. John C. Joseph, alleged BBR violation, Judge. Sitting over in the jury box. It's my understanding that he left his area curfew area on 9:07 p.m. on 5/20 came back at 9:31, approximately 24 minutes. I spoke with him. It's my understanding that he went over to his sister's house because he and his girlfriend had gotten into a heated discussion. He informed me.
Come on, Mr. Joseph.
He informed me that he left to stop proceeding the assault or possibly assault between the two.
I do everything in my power to try to prevent people from going back into custody. But some people just refuse to just, I don't know what I can do to get your attention. We now have 2 open cases, and now this is your second bond violation. What do I need to do to get your, what do I need to do to get your attention? Is it putting you back in jail, Mr. Joseph, and making your bond? Hi. Sir. Your actions tell me different. This is what we're going to do. I'm sending him now for a drug and alcohol test. I want to know what, if anything, is in the system. You were to come back. If you fail the test, if you fail to take the test, if you fail to come back, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? I don't want you to say anything. I want you to go take.
I'm offended. I'm having time for the to get on my system.
You have been on bond, Mr. Joseph.
I think the last time he was in court, Judge, I think he made an admission that he had used drugs during that court appearance. And if that's the case, he may be correct in that it may still be in his system, Your Honor, because it hasn't been 30 days.
The first burglary of a motor vehicle has been open since June of 2024. Since that time, I have told you not to use.
Okay.
Take a seat for me. I don't know what we're gonna do. Take a seat.
Thank you, Judge. I understand, Your Honor.
Judge, I forgot to approach you on this other case. It's Miss Loyola. Loyola.
Okay.
Judge, she has an AFM in our court, but she has a felony. She's here.
Council for recess.
So she's on bond for an assault of a family member.
Yes.
On bond for a felony assault of a peace officer, and now you pick up a new case.
And what happened was she went to felony.
Oh, hold on. I don't even think we've done probable cause yet. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You now stand charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. Please.
On March 19th, 2025, a law enforcement officer observed a white Chevrolet Silverado ahead of him on the block 12600 block of Wilcling Parkway and ran the license plate through the NCIC TCIC. Registration was shown to be expired as June 2024. A traffic stop was initiated and the law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant, the driver. The law enforcement officer observed a strong odor of marijuana, and the defendant claimed at first she didn't have anything in the motor vehicle, then confessed she had marijuana and several pipes. The defendant was detained. Probable cause search of the motor vehicle was done, and the law enforcement officer located multiple marijuana pipes. The law enforcement officer located a small bag of a leafy green substance and a black bag in the back seat. It was identified as marijuana, and the bag was within arm's reach of the defendant. Total weight of the marijuana was 0.09 ounces.
Since she has a license.
Yes, Your Honor. It does show being
Eligible or
ineligible.
ineligible? Not allowed to drive. You will now be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and or a $500 fine every time you drive. You are on bond for 2 cases. Your first bond violation report was filed in February for you not showing up for testing and not picked up a new case. I now revoke your bond on the assault case.
Judge, if I may.
Please.
She went to felony court and she was also revoked there. She just spent probably 4 or 5 days there. Is that
Yeah.
right? And she's out here,
The
so
day that was, I was in jail for a traffic ticket and
The-
a big call.
I don't know if you heard that, Judge, but the day that she missed court here the first time.
No,
wa-
whenever I missed the
You missed
test.
it, that's right. She actually had texted me and she got taken into custody because of a traffic ticket. I have all that. So she was actually on her way to the testing and got picked over and therefore she couldn't continue to make it there. So she's already been punished for bond revocation on the felony court, which she spent 5 days in jail last week. When did you get out on that?
Saturday.
Saturdays. And so if we take her in, I know you have a right to, Judge. It seems to me like it's kind of like a double whammy for her, especially for the fact that for that first BVR, she did honestly try to make an attempt to get there. I have the phone records for that, Judge.
When someone tells me something and they repeatedly fail to recognize the conditions that we set forth, for me, it goes in one ear and it goes out the other ear. You telling me something when you get out the doors, you still do whatever the hell you want to do without regard to bond conditions in this court. I'm now revoking your bond. She goes with you. Well, hold on. I need to sign this affidavit so she's not going to drive. And then she goes with you. I'm sorry,
Can
John,
I-
but it's just one thing after the other. Just.
Do you want to go ahead and just issue a new bond, or can I revisit you in about an hour to figure out what we want to do, Judge?
Sure.
You want to do it that way? Okay.
Mr. Cashin.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you?
I'm fine. I don't have any big problems today.
Something nice.
All I need is a recess for 45 days. The prosecution and I have come to an agreement. Christian Willis. The prosecution and I have come to an agreement as to the resolution of this case. He just needs about 30 days in order to.
It's nearly 200 days now. What do you, what did they offer? What did they offer?
We've offered a PTI now, Your Honor.
And what did, what
I
is
forfeited the weapon and gun safety class and a drug and alcohol awareness class, I believe. And a drug awareness class, I believe.
So I'm gonna give him 2 weeks to get the stuff done.
2 weeks?
Yeah, it shouldn't take that long. It's a gun safety class, it's probably 2 hours.
Yes.
And then the other class also is just a couple hours.
So we need 3 weeks instead of 2? Because I still have a power. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Willis, where's Mr. Willis?
He's out here.
Come up.
This is the first time ever getting in a.
Mr. Willis, he has secured you an amazing deal where if you do 2 simple classes, both of your cases will get dismissed. If you do not have if you don't have them done in 3 weeks, I'm not going to take anything else. I will immediately set your case for trial. Do you understand? There's no excuse why you can't get both classes done in 3 weeks. All right, Mr. Cashin.
Thank you, sir.
See you.
See you next time.
Take care.
Right this way.
All right.
So just approaching on a new fugitive case, it's Robert Mizell. And Judge, he would like to have a bond set. It's kind of an odd one, Judge. It's failure to possess the required license for home improvement or residential construction.
I'm bringing in.
It's Robert Mizell. He's in the Port A holdover. Thank you.
Let me bring him out. One time.
Yes, Judge. And basically, Judge, he told me that he owned a construction company, but he's totally blindsided by this charge.
We'll get that out.
Yes, Judge.
What'd you say? Must be a felon.
Go ahead and sign for your stuff, please.
It doesn't give you any additional information about it.
My recommendation is the waiver of claim.
Thanks, appreciate you. Of course.
Good morning, Mr. Mizell.
Good morning.
Your lawyer's asking for me to set you a bond. You
Yes, sir.
now stand charged with, I guess you said home improvement fraud.
Judge, essentially, that's what it sounds like the allegation is. It's a failure to possess the required license for home improvement.
I have your fraud.
This was in 2020, during the 3 hurricanes that hit Louisiana. And according to City Hall, and we went down to everybody and they said we didn't need one because it was an emergency situation. Everything was flooded and devastated and we were just trying to help out.
My only issue is that this is now a second fugitive case that you have.
The first one was a lady that we did work for.
Be careful.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry.
This, Mr. Mizell, is that, we usually, as a matter of courtesy, I guess, so to speak, we'll give you a chance when you get one fugitive case. But we can't continue to do the same thing over and over and over.
Understood.
Amy, what do you know anything about this?
Yes, so first off, state as opposed to a bond. This particular case is because he didn't have a license, but it originated out of the fact that the complaining witness after a hurricane had paid the defendant money to repair her house. He did not do so. The money amount was.
So he allegedly took money for fixing the house and didn't do the work.
Correct. And then when the officers went to go look him up, he didn't have a license under that name. So that's the basis the basis for that charge. We are, of course, opposed to a bond given that he has had a prior fugitive case. He was granted a bond on that one, but he didn't actually show up. Looking back at our notes. The only reason.
So we gave him a bond, he bonded out and he didn't show up?
No, he appeared, yes, he appeared in court on that day when you guys provided him a bond. He appeared in our court here in Harris County.
Okay.
The only reason that case was dismissed is because I believe that the main jurisdiction in that case had recalled their warrant or something of that nature.
So he didn't turn himself in?
No.
The lady that was charging us, I ended up paying her $21,000. And she dropped the case.
How? I suppose, we can't just take everybody's word for what they
But
said.
first off, I did not know that even the warrant existed. So I had no idea.
But I ended up paying the lady off. I gave her some money and said, okay, that's good, we're fine. Because I truly didn't think we did a very good job.
Okay. You know,
But may I ask you this? This is an LLC. I have a business, or had a business partner at the time. We were 50-50 in the business. I just wonder why I'm the only one being charged here. I mean,
facts beyond what I would know anyways. The simple thing about it is that I gave you a bond last time. You bonded out.
Yeah.
You didn't show up. And now you have another fugitive case. We can't continue.
I bonded out and I paid the lady off and she dropped the charges.
That case was dismissed? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
the case was dismissed.
Not because he showed up like he was supposed to.
I see what you're saying,
He
Judge.
came to court on the day that he was due to go turn himself in Louisiana. I don't know, but I can't continue to do the same thing. The good news for you, Mr. Mazel, is that it's Louisiana. So we have buses coming from Louisiana probably 2 times a week. So from the time that you waive, within the next probably 2 to 3 days, you'll be back in Louisiana to be able to answer the charge. But I'm not going to just continue to give bonds on fugitive cases when you continue to pick them up. Because.
Got it?
Okay. Has he waived or did he refuse?
To refuse extradition.
Okay, so you need to decide what you would like to do. If you want to waive extradition, I would say probably within the next, 3 days, Louisiana will be here to come get you. If you want to refuse, which is well within your right, the state can get a governor's warrant, but that'll take 90 days. And at that time, they can have you remanded
I
back.
can sit in jail for 90 days. No, I'm not interested in that.
So, but I'll let you talk to James to figure out what you guys want to do, and then you just let me know.
Okay.
I'm on Oscar Nazario. It's a fugitive case. He's wanted out of New Mexico. He's got several charges. He waived the extradition. He's gonna keep it in place, just so you know.
Keep the waiver?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're good.
There's nothing that we need to.
Yeah, just
stays.
Amy while I had her. Thank you.
Demon.
Judge.
Yeah. No, it didn't happen. It got mixed up. Please don't do it to you.
Okay.
Stairs. Someone's gonna play it on the
Sorry, we should shut
Also change the instance. Yeah.
Good morning, Judge Marcus.
Say something. I'm like,
I am here
Try to keep you
for,
waiting.
no, you're good, thank you. Mr. Guest, Brandon Guest.
okay. So he's on bond for a felony continuous, picks up a weed case about 180 days ago.
Yes, Judge.
The judge, what I kind of told the defense is what I would do is if A, the felony was PTI pending, and B, if he completes that, I would dismiss the case. Pending, separate felony next month, or this upcoming month in April.
Okay.
I should let the court know what,
So you have an offer of what in this?
essentially completing whatever the felony PTI is, keeping that, but
Well, how long is that supposed to take? I mean, I can't.
I mean, if he doesn't get it done this month in April, he said in April.
Yes,
Second.
yes, Judge.
If he doesn't complete it, then they're set up for trial.
So come up, Mr. Guest. So what I'm gonna do is,
Let me check the date.
today's the 31st. I'm just gonna set up for trial now until after that date.
It's set for April 22nd. Yes, Judge.
So I'm setting you for trial now. If you don't have it done, then, but otherwise I'm putting you to trial.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so waivers, oh, yeah, I can print it out.
Was evading, on November 3rd, officers were on patrol, when they self-initiated a call for service in reference to the vehicle. Officer was advised that a record driver, was following a stolen vehicle. On contact, stolen vehicle, officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop. Co-defendant 1, who was the driver, and that would be, defendant, Houston.
So dude gets charged with the EMV.
Right. And then he's,
It just takes off when I get pulled in.
you got it.
Is there an off in this case?
There was a deferred offer. I told.
Yeah, yes, this is the one we're putting together a mitigation packet
Yeah.
on.
So I just wanted to see a mitigation back before I offered something.
Any other practice?
There, he's 18.
Where's he now?
He's at school.
Yeah.
What do you think, Blaze? She wants to take him on or not?
I mean,
He's been doing so well.
Yes.
here's my concern, Your Honor. I mean, there was a positive test back in November for THC. I think that was probably a baseline test. I would just prefer to see maybe some sort of drug test. Or we take him on.
And we're okay with RUAs, it's just the
No, no, no,
monitor.
no. Bring him in, let's
Okay.
test him,
Okay,
and then we'll go from there. If
okay,
he's negative, then I'm with you.
thank you.
Yeah, done.
Thanks.
Yeah. Do you guys have the waiver for Mr. Mizell?
Oh, I don't need to see.
You should.
You,
Thanks.
today's your last day.
No,
Oh, I thought it was, no, April 25th. Go home.
Good morning, Judge. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I wanted to make sure nothing was falling through the cracks on this one. It's on Estrada, it's a non-disclosure.
State, there is a non-disclosure on Estrada. Is it on docket today or no?
No, Judge, it's not. So I didn't know what you needed me to do.
You filed it already, right?
I did.
Okay, let me let Blaze know, and then I'll have him.
Mr. Guest, just to make sure.
It's on Arredondo, right?
On Juan Estrada? And I have the case number if you guys need it.
I got it, okay. Hey, Blaze, can you put the cost number?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Let me pull up my search bar.
Yeah, I'll write down the address for you. It's right next door. You don't have to get ready to go.
It is 231-9940. Ms. Broholm filed a non-disclosure. It looks,
I was looking to see if there's nothing else.
well, it's a conviction, right? Or no, wait. It's a deferred.
It's Estrada.
But I see judgment adjudicating guilt. See, he ended up with a conviction. No. Shatori, can you check something? 231 9940 440 40. Did he successfully complete this? I think he did.
Yeah, that is. I pretty much always, I have to have someone. I pretty much managed
Isn't there a waiting period on this phone?
I don't have the exact. I have to look at the case laws, I can look at the statute and see what the waiting period is. But it looks like it went off on 2022, so that's like 3 years ago. 16.
So yeah, the period, it's a 2-year waiting period for assaults, deadly conducts, unlawful carrying of a weapon after the date of discharge.
Yes,
So
so
the
discharged on February 16th of 2023. So yeah, you would have been 2 years last February, or this past February. Right. Doesn't look like any, I looked up the NCIC, there's nothing there.
You okay? Okay, I'm gonna grant it for you, Ms. Broholm.
For who? Okay, so. I'm sorry. I let Corey know, but it's not, you know, it's not the.
You hear me?
I'm going to grant it.
Oh, thank you so much, Judge.
Of
Yay,
course.
thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Judge.
Of course.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Durden was negative on his drug test, so can we go ahead and just reset?
Continue supervision, Judge.
Supervision.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Any more violations?
I understand.
No tolerance.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Court.
Get out of there.
Original one that you would do for John.
Yes, but let me finish with Adams. So Adams, 10,003 on both. And with the bail order. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Thursday. Okay, I thought you said Thursday. No, I mean, how. No, as long as. I'm on the litigation. Yeah.
Alexander.
So 10,004.
On Loyola?
No, on Adams. She's been explored.
There's a lot of but my training class. All right.
Okay. Who was the lady that took in?
I was in Revolving. If you want to go back, so. It was John's guy.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, I'm like, what I need to do. She's very, see, when we were like, yeah, so she started. But it's like, she has no reason to like. That one will turn out, like, she helps me like. Another time. I'm trying to.
Right.
Yeah, that was me. Oh, I heard that. It's like, I don't know what's to say now.
So there's no small.
Everybody's like, so. Yeah.
I'm only revoking on the.
So, no, also yank the PR bond on the weekends too. No more PR bonds.
You want to set a bond with that one?
No, leave it at 500. Yeah, leave it at 500, but I'm not continuing to give PR bonds. You know.
I'm gonna go out and fill it out today. Yeah.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great. I think we got a resolution.
How'd it go?
She's gonna get a 2-year PTI.
Great. You know, that's a great character to Daniel, you know?
It is.
So if
Mom and dad are here again.
she does well,
It was very.
so Nathan, did the TRAS, did it say residential, right?
2A.
Great. Great. So it's no cost.
Can we turn that off possibly? Thank you, Judge.
Judge, she's a single mom with a couple of kids. I mean, she got her family to bond her out. Now she's going right back in. I can't work out anything with the case because, you know, they're the same
She's a
transaction.
single mother with all these kids. She's picked up 2 cases. Now she's picking up a 3rd, smoking dope while she's allegedly driving. Really? And she missed the prior test? No.
Well, the
John,
entire test, she got taken in because of the ticket, Judge. It wasn't like she was on the way there. I mean, she called me and I have all that. So anyways, I'm just,
let her go. I'm telling her it's okay for her to do what she's doing. And
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that she got taken in just last week by the felonies. Okay, so she's kind of like been through that and she's promised me she's clean, but it's up to you, Judge. I mean, all I can do is tell you what her situation is. If you want to keep it for a day, 2, I mean, you just gotta let me know so I can let her know and what the bond is. So that,
5,003.
is there any way you can consider lowering that, Judge, because of her situation?
At this point, no. If she doesn't make it, then, you know, after a couple of days, we'll talk. Okay. My feeling is that she'll probably be able to monitor this. You know.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Yes.
I got you.
Good morning, Judge. I'm approaching on a plea for Mr. Lacero Echemendia.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, I'll call him up, Judge.
Page 7. Yeah.
Thanks. Hi, boss. How are you?
ACH.
Buenos días. ¿Cuántas pasas ahí?
Mr. Echemendia, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're off you 9 days in jail. Days that you have done. You need to understand what's going on your record. Be there for the rest of your life. When you get into a car, you drive. After having consumed half of a beer, you get pulled over, an officer sees a prior DWI, smell anything in your car that
No le va a ir muy bien.
you understand.
¿Usted lo entiende?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Another
Si obtienes
DWI,
otro
and you
delito
do
de conducir
anything
bajo
more than
efecto
6
y
hours
haces
in
más
jail,
de 6 horas en la
you
cárcel,
will probably get an
tal vez
immigration
va a
detainer
tener
if you're
una
not in this
detención de
country with
migración
permission.
si no estás aquí con permiso.
Consider these things
Necesitas
when you're out there in the free
investigar
world.
cuando estás ahí afuera libre
Understand?
en el mundo. ¿Usted lo entiende?
From now on,
Aún
it is a
a partir de
minimum
hoy
of
es lo
90
mínimo
days
de
in jail
90
for
días
any
de
new
cárcel.
cases that you pick up.
Caso que
No more
tenga.
proverbial slaps on the wrist. You're giving up the right to a trial,
Tiene derecho
right
a
to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accused. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record forever and a day. You understand?
¿Entiende?
This is what you want to do.
¿Esto es lo que usted desea hacer? Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Like guilty or not?
¿Culpable o no culpable? Guilty.
I'm going to find
Voy a
you.
hallar que eres culpable, suspender su licencia por 90 días.
Do not drive
No maneje.
until you get a license and insurance in your name. Otherwise, you will be back here and it's not going to go well for you. Good luck.
Judge, only thing is, I'm appointed on this case. I wanted to see if you'd consider waiving the supermax fine for him.
What do you do for a living, Mr.
¿En qué
Echemendia?
trabaja usted?
Ahorita no estoy trabajando.
Right now, I'm not working.
Your lawyer is
Su
asking
abogado está
for me to
pidiendo que yo
waive
no le
$4,500 to around $5,000
hasta $5,000
that would otherwise apply to you.
que serían
It
aplicables
is a first
a usted
DWI,
como esta
so I will.
primera
But if you
no
come
se
back
puede
with
cobrar. Si regresas con otro delito de conducción,
$6,000 surcharge,
son
to be
$6,000
the second
de
DWIs. And if you don't pay it, you do 1 day in jail for every $100 you owe.
Si no lo pagas,
So you will find that you
$100
spend
cada día.
months in jail and you pick up another one, potentially. Do you understand? I'm not asking for much. I want my streets safe. If you're not going to comply, then I have a place for you. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ready?
I was about to approach it, like,
Okay.
Were you on citizenship?
Yes.
Yeah. At the top of it.
Yana Approach. I'm approaching on Carlos Ramos. He's a custody case, however, he's in the felony this morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Any news?
So it looks like,
They set a bond.
they had they set a bond today. It looks like they're having another hearing when they really help.
Awesome. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
And then our bond set at 10,004. So
Kind of in the same boat here.
at this point, we just kind of, we're in a holding pattern regardless. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, if the only allegations, other than, if I remember correctly, it's no hanging around with co-defendant.
The ones that was listed in the case, it looked good. So it was completely different.
Okay, so I guess let's hold it for a while and see what happens.
Okay.
And we'll just run it.
It's what I was thinking was, I don't know what the new felony date was, but we can set it here.
Or was it,
maybe Tuesday or felony.
Yeah, done.
Okay, let's see that one up.
You want to set it like 2 weeks for now or something? And then we'll come back and we'll see.
Yeah, and I have a contact with a family member, so if they are able to pay for any of the bonds, then I'll go ahead and approach on this one.
Oh,
But
so I need to put conditions because is he gonna bond out, you know?
from what I talked to the family members, it's too expensive. It's too much for them.
Is there an ice hold? Do you know?
No, there isn't.
You said he's a citizen?
I believe so, yeah.
Right. Regardless, tell me, so can you give me a brief rendition? You know?
Yeah, so the audit, the attempted audit that,
Do you have co-defendants in this?
all of them. So, yes, the old case.
No, the new one.
The new ones, it's basically one of these like theft ratings with vehicles, vehicle theft ratio is, basically stealing a bunch of cars, one of them died at 65 rating.
Do they take it to a particular shop, like a chop shop or something?
They caught it on camera, flying over the vehicle, and it's actually stealing a vehicle in the car.
Okay.
And then they perform a traffic stop on that vehicle. Other one, this is all the transactions, similar deal, stolen car, they look into it and that is, one traffic stop, they were stolen out of the car, they caught the program with Pete was.
Oh, so like open keep, wow.
And then last one,
I'm surprised they didn't charge him with, like for the other case we had, remember?
I think those are state jails, and they already have them, well, they charge you very, very good contract. And another one, same deal, and you say, reprogramming key and.
So, Felicia, hey, Felicia. Hey, can you do me a favor? So we're talking about Ramos, Carlos Ramos. Yeah, Carlos Ramos. So, he's currently in custody now. I don't know if he's gonna get out, but if he does, I'd like to put a monitor prior to release. No contact with any of the co-defendants. Curfew of 7 PM to 7 AM. If there, did he ever make it to a place to put the car?
So, no, Your Honor, it doesn't appear that way, at least it was never caught there. I do have
So,
locations.
RC busted after, wow. So I guess just no contact with any of the co-defendants. There's at least 4.
Yes,
And
Judge.
I do have locations where those people come from. I would ask them to contact within locations as well. And Your Honor, I would just say, I don't know if it's a good point or not, I would just ask for house arrest. We just give it, he's on deferred, picked up 3 felonies, so we're increasing now the severity of these things. He was at attempted theft and now he's got.
I don't, Your Honor. I could check into that today. It's there.
Judge, do you say his conditions upstairs?
Do you see, did they give him house arrest?
I can check right now.
And I don't know, I haven't seen if they have or not yet.
If they did, mirror the conditions,
Yeah.
and then we'll just, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess just we'll sit you off for 2 weeks, then just keep us in a loop with whatever happens, and then we'll carry it upstairs.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Hi, Harold.
Just your approach. Of course. Hey, just here from Mr. Flores, who's in the holdover. That was the gentleman we did the competency hearing on, they said he was confident. And then had some concerns about him. We had to do the TRAS. And then middle of the TRAS last week, he had like a psychotic break or something. And so I followed a new motion for competency. And it was Friday, but I didn't zoom in here to just sign it, but it should be on the system.
Okay, I'll sign it now. Okay. And then we'll just give you 30 days. Because it takes at least 30 days to get all that done, and then after that, we'll come back and we'll see what they say.
Okay.
If they think he's confident and you have a differing opinion, then we'll get a second opinion.
That's right.
And then we can give you like funds for something like that, you know.
Oh, thank you, Judge. For Flores.
On Flores.
We can follow it on Friday.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha, man. I'll sign it.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, in felony, they have him on a curfew from 1:35 PM to 7:25 AM. I'm unsure why. It's impending right now, so I guess they just addressed it.
Okay, so-
What? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I guess just do 7P to 7A.
Yes, Judge.
Kavita. Hi, good morning.
I have Jada Davis with you. I have good news and I have bad news, Judge. Good news is we're approved her PTR, she signed the contract. Bad news is she just needs a little time to get the DAV. And outside of that, we're good to go.
What's the last name again?
Davis?
How long does she need?
Can you give her 2 weeks, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
If she doesn't have it done, I'm gonna bring her back day for day. Let
All
her
right,
know.
thank you. And on Maria Rodriguez Torres, that was a new arraignment today. Did you need to address her with anything else or?
Which one?
Maria Rodriguez Torres?
No, I think you're good. I think she just needs, that's a theft, right? We need to make sure that she just signs conditions of not, I think Walmart. Right?
Target. I'll double check with
And
Rachel,
then
make
as
sure
long as
she-
she signed conditions, then she can go.
Thank you, Judge. Good to see you.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm approaching on Mr. Portillo Sanchez.
Judge, was presumptively positive for alcohol, fentanyl, and cocaine.
Your Honor, he wants to take a plea for 180 days today, which he's got 22 days credit, so.
Yes.
Council for reset.
I don't know. I mean, I think the last time we had said a year, right?
We set it for trial, I think, on the 22nd-ish, and he wants to plead to 180. No, okay. Will you, is there anything the court would accept? No.
I mean, I'm. Hey, where is it you going? I don't know. Deputy, get you going. Get you going. Come up. Over and over and over. And I don't know if that's what it is that's causing everything in all these cases. But I have a sneaky suspicion that it could be due to all that. You now tested positive for cocaine, fentanyl, what else?
An alcohol judge.
Alcohol. You were on bond for 5 different violent cases. Goes with you. I'm sorry, Mr. Portillo. What I would like to do, because obviously now we now know that there may be a more substantive issue that may be causing all this. So what I'd like to do is have him TRAS to see how we go forward. But I'm not going to just continue to take these cases where we're basically pleading guilty, throwing him in there 30 days, gets out, he picks up another felony. We have now 4 or 5 open felonies. No, I'm not going to continue to perpetuate this revolving door of you picking up a case, getting out, picking up a case, getting out, picking up a case, and now you're testing positive. No, we will now get to the root of what the problem is and why you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, now 15. It ends today. Goes with you? We'll have him TRAS. Let's see what it says. And then, you know, but I'm not just going to continue to do the same thing in hopes that when he gets out. So, send it for TRAS. We'll come back in a couple days, get the report, and let's see what they say on how it goes. But I'm not going to just continue to do the same thing and hope for a unicorn because it's just not going to happen, you know?
I would like to just,
It's up to you.
I would like, I mean, if,
Can,
but, right,
let's figure out what's going on.
sure. I just want to see what I mean,
Sure.
obviously as his attorney, I need to see what his options are and meet with
And I don't
him.
want you to do anything you are not kosher, or not happy with, you know? Before we do anything, you know, of course I want your blessing. And if he says no to what they say, then we just go
Have a
try.
try.
And we'll go one after the other. Just be ready, please. Okay.
Should we, I guess, set him like for Friday or something and see, I don't know.
It's probably gonna be the processing today. I don't know if tomorrow.
You know, there's no way. It's now 11:30. Till tomorrow, he's still gonna be processing. Right. So we can't start the TRAS until he's out. Latest will probably be Wednesday is when we get it done. I would say we probably will have the report.
Well, but he'll be set for bail review automatically, right? For Wednesday or?
But if he stays in holdover, somebody can come over there.
We usually have people come here to do the TRAS here.
Right,
while
okay,
they're Here, to
okay.
try to expedite it so that they don't sit there for a week or 2 weeks, you know, because we want to, it's not the idea, it's just to hold, just for the sake of holding, is to get everything done quick so you guys can make the informed decision quick. And we'll see, you know, and the idea is hopefully he's honest and then try to get to the cause because,
The options.
you know, before there's a murder case because he's using and he does something that's irreparable, you know?
I
I
understand.
mean, how many times have we seen it? So, okay.
Thank you.
Tiger.
Sorry, Judge, I just have,
Man,
I'm terrible. I am in this death penalty capital, so I just don't.
still?
Yes, Your Honor. We're 2 out of 3 weeks. I just have 4 minutes left on my bathroom break. Mr. Thomas tested, it looks like his marijuana levels are going down, but he did test positive for alcohol. I talked,
Mr. Thomas.
he's present, Judge.
Come up, Mr. Thomas. Not only have I reinstated his bond once already, but now we're working a second bond violation warrant. What do I need to do to get your attention, Mr. Thomas?
Got it.
Yeah, right. Justin, what do I need to do? Put his butt in jail?
I think we've been in felony court this morning, so I don't want you to think he wasn't here. He was great.
I care about him continuing to use and continuing to do whatever the hell he wants to do without regard to bond conditions. You do what you want to do. I think I have but one choice, Justin, and to just put him in jail.
Judge, what do you think about some AA meetings or some?
I don't think it'll. When did we order him not to use?
What was the last name again, Judge?
This is Thomas, Mr. Thomas.
Conditions were set in place on October 11th.
This past October, we told him not to use.
The marijuana is negligible, so it's almost out of the system. It was at 0.005, I think. I understand the court's frustration and concern.
If it's been bond conditions since October, we're now nearly April 1st. It's been 6 months. So it should have been way, way gone.
No, it was from the positive. So you admonished him on the positive not to use, and then, so this was his first test since,
February 6th.
Right, and so that's what I'm saying. So the marijuana is negligible. I know it's not an excuse, but I don't know that we read all of our bond conditions about alcohol. Now, I know that's not an excuse because he signed for it. I get it. But I do want to point out to the court that the marijuana is basically out of the system. It was like, that's why I'd asked for the levels, but it was like at a 0.05 or 0.005. It was.
Alicia, do you see that?
The levels, Judge, let me see if it's in the email.
It was, I asked for them, Judge.
I know. I saw that you did. What do you do for a living? Where do you work?
Russo's Pizzeria, I'm a chef.
What is it?
Russo's Pizzeria, I'm a chef.
He's a chef at Russo's Pizzeria, and we're in school. So we are being productive members of society.
How do I know that? Am I supposed to take your word for it?
You can take his mom's, Judge. I talk to his mom pretty much on a regular basis.
Judge, if you see that number, however, truthfully, I don't know what that means. But it is a low number. So that's all I have to offer for, but.
Here's what we're going to do, is I'm putting a Scram monitor on his ankle, so I know that he's not consuming alcohol. I'm now going to put a GPS monitor and I'm giving you a curfew, because I don't want you out in the middle of the night. I'm giving you a 10 p.m. curfew. If you ever have another bond violation, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to make it so high. Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm sorry.
I will test you again in 2 weeks. If you test positive for marijuana after 2 weeks, then that tells me that you've continued to use, and I'm going to lock you up. Do you understand?
Sir.
Maybe that's, maybe excuse to go back to very important cases.
Yeah, so he's back in 2 weeks to test. If he tests positive after the 0.05 nanograms or whatever the hell it is, if he's still testing positive.
I have
then
nothing,
that's
I have
it.
nothing left to say, Judge.
All right.
I will be speechless.
All right.
So, how about Monday, the 12th, May 12th?
Maybe excused.
Good luck, kind of. So 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.,
Yes, Judge.
please.
We wanted to go on James's person.
Oh,
Portillo.
Portillo, it's gonna be, I don't know.
Okay.
It's gonna be hot.
And to confirm on Loyola.
Hey,
And to confirm on Loyola, you wanted to revoke the 500 on the PR bonds, but no more PR bonds?
right.
Okay.
That was it.
Hey, but we're here on Mr. Aziz Gabadamosi. It's my best, Gbad is how his last name is spelled. Gbadamosi. Badamosi, right? I think that's pretty good. Newly retained on the case, Judge. Newly retained on the case. Oh, you retained? Yes. Got it. Okay, so come on up. We were waiting because he said that he hired a lawyer. We were waiting to see him. Come on up, Judge. So have we done PC on this case yet?
Judge, he was CHA, they just had to sign on.
Okay, so we have here, do you mind doing me a favor? Can you run his license to see if he has a license? This is a failure to stop and give him information.
Yes, sir.
Leaving the scene of an accident. So I just want to make sure that if you're going to drive, that you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance. If you do, then you may continue to drive. If you don't, then I'm making it a bond condition that you not drive until you have both of those things.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, basically, the defendant is eligible.
Okay, you do not have a Texas driver license.
I have a California driver's license. I was stationed in California. I'm a veteran.
Is it eligible?
It does say eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so one of your other bond conditions is you are not allowed to drive unless you have liability insurance in your name. That is a bond condition. If I find that you drive without car insurance, because all I'm asking you to do is follow the law. If I find that you don't, then I'm going to put you in jail. You understand? Great. You've got a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, we will waive your appearance. So you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with them. They'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court.
Quick question.
No.
Do I just need to come back with like my insurance and give it to them so that they know that it's valid?
Yeah, just let them know, then they can show it to us so that we can verify it and then you're good to go. But like I said, I'm waiving your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but just stay in touch with them and they'll tell you. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're gone, then I will issue a warrant for arrest. You don't pick up any new cases. Got it? We're good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
So don't leave until you sign the conditions and then after that, you're free to go. So he filed no driving without a valid license and liability insurance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Guys, have fun.
Assault for lawyer.
What's the last name?
So, no. So I'm revoking the assault and that gets raised to 5,003. So she has to make a surety bond.
Okay.
And then on the PR bond, on the POM, that gets yanked. So just no PR bond on the POM.
So I'm gonna revoke the PR bond and set it at 500 again.
Correct.
And I'll leave a note, no more PR.
Correct.
But I don't need to do that for the assault.
Right, because you're just revoking it and raising it, so you don't need to.
Judge, how are you?
Welcome.
Yeah.
Close, man. What's new?
No, nothing. So Mr. Badon, BADON, is on docket today.
Okay.
He texted me last night and this morning. He is stuck, with the family in New Orleans. His sister had car problems. He can't get down here today. Can we push him later this week, get him down here?
This case is 809 days old. Today, so in 3-5, we said it, we gave him 3 more weeks for today for plea or trial. He's still not here today. No, it gets revoked. If you want to stay on, you can. If you don't, you can always withdraw as well. It's up to you. But this case is 800 days old and I'm getting killed because they're saying my clearance rate is not. So it's because of these very reasons. So.
No, and I told him there was a very high possibility this was gonna happen. So.
Let me see how many times he's taken off on us, how many times he fails to work. 1, 2, this is the 3rd. So.
All right, sir. Well, then I'm
So
gonna.
if you want to stay on, it's up to you.
If you don't want me to, I'm not going to. If you're okay with that, I'll.
If you want to do it, but I'm revoking this part.
Okay.
Can't continue to, because then I'm telling him it's okay for you to just not come after case is 800 days old.
I understand. I try to explain that to you. All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, his appearance will be waived and we will discover. You want to call on the side?
Yes.
Thomas? Put around on here. I'm gonna have you sign twice. It's gonna go for both of you. Go ahead and put in the same conditions on both. I'll just sign with your copy and then send you the other one. No, that's fine. The signature. And then they're gonna go over everything with you, the new premises. You might and answer any questions. All right, there you go. Council for reset. Okay.
No, thanks.
Dad, ready? Third. I'm just gonna figure out one copy, but it is numbered up. June third, fourth, and fifth.
Hey, guys. Remember to vote, okay? I'm too. Or no, I just.
No, I already talked to him about it. Yes, we're good.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, take care, Marco.
For James, would you?
Oh.
Would you play the?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did bail orders on this, right? Didn't I?
For two?
No, Amber.
The only bail orders I got were
We're gonna call her.
So this is the one, her name is Adams. Right? Hey, Mr. Bond.
No. I did, Mr. Herrera.
You said Herrera?
Yeah. Let me.
Herrera, page 15.
Is that, he was just doing a drug test today. He,
I think we're all happy.
well, I don't know what he is, because I think he's.
Show up?
Yeah, he's up there right now, and then. I mean, it's already gonna be 12, so I don't know what time he'll
So
get here.
what we'll do, I guess, what time did he get there? He must have gotten there really late.
10:30, he said he was on his way, 11.
So we'll roll it to tomorrow.
Okay.
He's supposed to get there a lot earlier than that.
Okay.
So, and remember, you can always appear via Zoom.
All right, thank you.
Tomorrow, I said data.
Okay.
Test doesn't get done though today.
Yes, if he doesn't test today, he'll get a revoke.
No, I got you.
Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
So much here for like another.
Your Honor, I'm trying to find out where are we with Sean Sullivan?
Sorry.
Yes, okay, Judge. Sean Sullivan, Judge, is my understanding.
You got it. Okay.
Yes, I have the case. I wanted to know, were you concerned with DVD? Did you want to get any DVD involvement?
Michelle?
Yes,
Yeah, this is the one that we were talking about.
we'll let it stand. They just want to see it. Dens, so they don't have anything else to add.
Okay.
So I had a concern because is it mutual combat? Because
It looks like from my understanding, Judge, looks like the complaining witness is the person who actually initiated the contact. She was alleged to have been lying on the couch or not dressed appropriate in the presence of two other male men that resided in the residence with them. And he tried to wake her up to let her know that she was dressed inappropriately. And out of slumber and sleep, she woke up angry and started hitting him, and that's when the altercation.
She pops him 3 times in the mouth initially.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then they fight.
And
But there's no assault from him at that time, right? I guess they separate, they part ways. An argument ensues later. Does she go at him and that's when he hits her?
That's not what we
So
have.
tell me that one part. What happens in?
Yes, Your Honor. So it seems as though the complaining witness, she crawled into bed and was laying on the corner of the bed when, after about 10 minutes go by, then the defendant comes back and begins to argue with her, crawls onto the bed, grabs her, flips her over so her back is on the mattress, and uses body weight to lay on top of her while placing both of his hands on her upper arms to hold her down.
So there's no,
And there is a subsequent punch where the defendant uses his right hand and punches the complaining witness in her mouth, causing pain and visibility.
It's my understanding, Your Honor, that this incident occurred on a date certain, at which time the complaining witness told the police officer that she did not want to press charges and he did not want to press charges.
right, but
And they came back the next day.
why is it that they didn't file assault charges on her on the first? I mean, are we going here just because she's a woman? She gets a slide for getting to hit him? You know?
Was there, I don't know why this is.
I know there was no arrest on the initial date the incident is supposed to have occurred. The arrest occurred the following day. The first date, the officers did not arrest either party, but some type of disturbance occurred the next day. Officers were called, they came in and they looked at the report and they arrested the defendant.
My guess is, I think limited knowledge of intake, they probably put a call into intake. They said, yeah, I don't know, it's just my guess. Refer out, do follow up, and then they went back out there next day, saw the referral on file, and they decided again.
So he goes up to her and he sits on her. Is that what you're saying? What happens? He turns her over.
More so, she's on her, from what I understand from the DEMS, she's on her stomach, he turns her over to where she's on her back, and then he gets on top of her and holds her.
He's straddling her like this.
Yes, Your Honor. And then subsequently after that, they were still arguing and he punched the complaining witness in the mouth.
I don't see where that's, if she was the initiator of the confrontation between the two parties, it's my understanding it's my understanding from the complaint, from the defendant's perspective, it was not a hit with a fist, it was a push that caused various injuries to her mouth, but he did not take his fist and punch
Oh,
her.
but that's, of course, what he's saying to you, right?
Right.
And then you're saying that there was a hit to the mouth.
And she didn't press charges. She requested that no charges be filed. Somebody get punched in the mouth. If that were the case, you would think that someone in their right mind would say, yeah, arrest that person. However, if that person realizes that he or she is partially responsible for the incident, then that would probably lead them to say, okay, I started this mess, it shouldn't have started. I don't want to press charges.
10 minutes pass, right?
Allegedly.
And I don't know why they didn't. Come up, Mr. Sullivan.
Sure.
Let's do this. Let's set it for a formal probable cause hearing. Okay. I'd like to do some additional research as well before I find probable cause in this case. So what I'll do is I'll put this case on for Wednesday for a formal probable cause hearing. In the interim, Mr. Sullivan, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with this person whatsoever. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't care what's going on in your life.
I got you.
For the moment, I'm gonna, I don't want you to have any contact. I don't want you to go where this person lives, where this person works. If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
We'll come back in 2 days. I would like to do some further research on it because, I really like to look at every case, do a deep dive to ensure that there's probable cause before we go forward. So, I don't blindly find PC for anyone. I'd like to do things in the fair way, but at the same time, I want to ensure that my county and every person in it is protected. So don't have any contact with this person. We're going to create bond conditions to this effect. Yeah, they're probably going to reach out to her between now and Wednesday. And if they find that you're trying to communicate with her, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind filing no contact in the weapons, please?
Yeah, sure. No context, I'm sorry.
No weapons.
No weapons, yeah, sure. Thank you.
You know, and one of the things that they teach us is, you know, never make rash decisions because it may be the wrong decision. And that's why I'd rather take a little bit of time before we do something to ensure that what we're doing is the right thing to do. So we'll put it on for Wednesday, come back Wednesday, and then we'll have a decision for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
I've given you a lawyer, so just stay in touch with Mr. D, and then we'll come back, and then we'll finalize it for you.
Thank you
okay?
so much.
Don't leave until you sign our bond conditions, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
We appreciate that some message files, they know what's going on.
Yeah, great. Maybe they can be here Wednesday to add anything further, and then we can. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead and sign, please.
Judge. On Ms. Fletcher's cases, were we gonna give her, were we gonna reinstate her bond or dismiss her case? Because she would, in order to release her from custody, we're gonna need a bond or dismiss.
This is beautiful.
Has she signed conditions with you to go in?
No, she has social.
Your clarity.
She's not even on bond yet. So I'm still thinking of going court to release the bond, but.
I signed it because she said. There he is.
So when we do that, since it's taking a day, I'll find the stuff on it. And we'll get the downside.
So.
But I think the chronological order needs to be on to supervision order and then release.
Yes.
I think I
At that
situation.
so we can actually have a release. Then you would make sure that that directive is in there. that she goes.
Meeting adjourned.
Only THC for Mr. Herrera. So we had a conversation about.
I know. Come up, Mr. Herrera.
So negative for methamphetamines.
You're doing good so far. You cannot use weed. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a pass for 30 days to 40 days. If you continue to test positive for weed after that time, I will put you in jail.
Sure.
Do you understand?
Sure.
Don't use anything. Don't use dope. Don't use alcohol. And if it's the people that you're hanging out with, they're going to bring you down. Do you speak Spanish?
Yes, sir.
Dime con quién andas, yo te digo quién eres. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Listen to it. Okay.
All right. So, I got you. I think they come back Thursday.
Felicia,
Yes, Judge.
do you have levels on Mr. Joseph by chance?
For Mr. Joseph.
John C. Joseph?
All right, go ahead and sign, please.
problem, Mr. D. Come up, Mr. Joseph.
Council for recess?
You were here in June last year. You had a authorization because you came in late then. Now we have another set of bond violation for you coming in late.
Was he,
Why would I continue to let you go? I let you go already once and you did it again.
instead of voting, we'll put it on Thursday.
Do you see what I mean? Because me, if I let you go, then I'm telling you it's okay for you to do what you're doing, when it's not.
Judge, if I may, I believe that, that he has a legitimate reason. I believe that if he had not gone, there could have possibility, there was the possibility that an assault or some other harm could have happened to his girlfriend. From my conversation with, Mr. Joseph, he informed me that he left, and it was just for only 24 minutes. He left in order for both of those parties to cool down before a fight or an act of violence escalated between those two parties. I personally think that that was the right thing to do.
Who do you live with at home?
My girlfriend, but my sister stay right down the sidewalk in the same apartments.
You stay in a complex.
Yes, sir.
She doesn't live with you.
Huh?
She doesn't live with you.
No, not my sister.
So who is the fight with?
It's my understanding that it was his girlfriend.
Is it the family here?
My girlfriend here.
So the fight was with who?
It wasn't a fight, it was a words that was about to escalate into a fight, at which time he left for a cooling off period with his girlfriend. And he left, nothing serious could have happened. I believe that was, even though it was a violation of the bond condition, I believe that it could have been worse had he not left.
If you put your hands on anyone, I don't care who it is, if it's a woman, if it's a man, I'm gonna put my hands all over you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Nothing in this life can justify you putting your hands on anyone. You have two.
I just left so the situation can cool down.
You have two open cases. At all times, you need to be thinking to yourself, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? If you're going to antagonize, meaning if you're going to say something that makes someone flip out on you and the laws come over and they see you and they look you up, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go against you. You need to be thinking of these things at all times. You get into a fight with them, words, it's always going to end up bad for you. I understand and I appreciate de-escalating the situation, meaning you're leaving so that it doesn't end up in anything more. But it shouldn't be like that in the first place. Are you working?
I just did 3 job applications. I'm waiting on the interview to come in.
Judge, yes, sir, I know you are.
I don't care.
I do, Judge.
Why aren't you working?
I just recently started looking for jobs.
You have too much time on your hands. You need something to do in this life before it takes you down. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. You need something to do in this life. It's time for you to start working. And I want to see that you get a job. Toria, can we help them out?
Yes, I'll give them some resources.
We're going to give you resources to try to help you get a job. There's no reason why you can't have a job within the next couple of weeks if you try. When you put your heart and soul into it, you can achieve damn near anything. It's just how badly do you want it? That's what it amounts to. And when you do get a job, if you really do a bang up job, and if you do well and you don't do stuff half-assed, all you're gonna do is you're gonna go up and you will make more money. The higher you go up in the job, the more money you're gonna make. And then everybody's happy. When you get to buy nice things, that's what life's about. Not the janky, stupid ass jobs where you're making $6 an hour. No. Work hard so you can make a lot of money. All right.
It's great.
I'm not gonna ding you. I don't want any more issues. Do you understand, Mr. Joseph?
Yes, sir.
I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks and I want to see that you have a job. 2 to 3 weeks. If I see that you haven't put any effort into it, it's not going to go well between us. I also don't want you to use any dope. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you're testing positive, likewise, it won't go well for you. All right, Mr. D.
Thank you, Your
You're
Honor.
good.
Back where we was?
Back where you were.
Marcus.
Urging on Jasmine Tovar Martinez, judge. She had a BVR. On Friday, she came to court. She was sent to go get drug tested and it's negative. She is present. Martinez had a cause of mercy like that. That's it. That's the one.
Judge, it's
254-8319.
I think it just.
Ms. Tovar, come up. Did we put a scram on her?
I believe that's what happened. I wasn't here on Friday. Was she good?
Do you mind checking?
Yes, Scram device that Friday.
That's positive again. It's not going to go well for you. You better know every single thing that you put in your body before you do. If I see that you have a positive and you try to tell me it's mouthwash, it's a tequila lollipop, it's hair dye, I don't care. No more excuses. You understand? Okay? All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have a seat. Give me 1 second.
Who's the guy that took in? Mark to you.
Oh, James.
Almost all the letters? No, I don't need it. No.
So 30,006.
30,006.
No, maybe I'll make it higher.
What do you think? No, they didn't say it's like about. I let them know.
Okay. Did you do that? Yes. Say need. Bond, you need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess 30,006.
You say it's all in. Okay, thank you.
Yes. So we make sure.
That's right. Okay.
Yes.
Now, before we submit. Okay, so I tell you.
Bond condition for Aziz, Jeep,
They should have filed.
They filed one driving without a valid and without valid liability insurance, but we had previous bond conditions where it included no contact with the protected individual. Did you want to
hold on a
keep
second.
those that are already
Yes.
filed from February?
Yeah.
And they already-
I'll add it, I'll add it in here. I'll add it in here.
Okay. We'll call them, I'll call them.
Okay, I put no contact with the complaining witness and no weapons.
Okay, I'll call you. Thank you.
Sure.
Aziz.
Yes, sir.
Yes. It's standard. Oh, yeah. And then also insurance. Collaboration, yeah. Go ahead. You already get your Yeah, yeah. So you sign up for a copy of this and.
Appreciate it. Your Honor, thank you.
All right, take care, man.
I
Be
appreciate
safe.
it.
Oh, yeah.
You're so fair.
The first time was like.
Yeah, I'll go. Take care of us.
Yeah, I'm just having sign.
I love Joseph. I don't. He wanted to get. So I think you're gonna stop and just come back short. No, so. Just like.
Something in. So I'm negative.
It's like when I was at Sacred Office, when just. So I need to keep those. There's a bit of. Even if I just put in a tab and it's most of it. And so I liked it when they just recently and just. I'm loving it. What activity or it's all. So I'd like to be like.
Want to go through the list?
Yeah.
Yes, Judge, I understand the law of
Is it a field case? How do you like that? Sport thing, yeah, so.
Hey, did Anna approach on function?
An approach on other law, right?
No, not that I've seen. No, Castle's been in my, I've been trying to get a hold of them. They said they're not out.
Bond conditions for Sullivan, will keep that Sean shut up.
Okay, so.
Hey, Judge, did Anna approach for Mr. Hunter? Mitchell? Okay, maybe she's talking to him, because I think he was in here and then he left. Yes, he tested for THC and benzodiazepines.
Yeah.
All right, Judge Reed. Page 2, Vadon,
5003.
Vito. Page 8, Bias, step 4 range is also here, first time here.
2501.
Page 8 of Van and 9. Step 4 range is also here, 2 bonds posted.
It's the court date that's short.
5002.
Vote.
Yeah. And I'm doing a bail order now.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Sean Sullivan?
Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Why you signed the paper? Revolving? I'll sort it right now. Oh, can you also sign the bond? Sure.
It's in order, you need it all?
Oh, no, I know the order. I just need to make sure everything's signed.
I have the rest of it. You can sign that VA over there. You want the rest of it?
Yeah, I need to make sure her signature's on your page. Okay.
Big three there, big three. Yeah. Supervisor orders and be in the queue so we can get her to the way.
Okay.
Right, Blaze?
Yes, I'm emailing Cynthia now.
How do you think I got the contract? She gave it to me in hand.
Sign her off if not have done.
Is me Emily Lynch?
You're the
He
best.
sums some information in the, say, application. Document that was filled out, signed, in addition for final. It's true and correct, to the best of your knowledge.
Thank you, Judge.
Victoria, who's next? Say it again.
Restate.
I don't know yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Page 19, Flores, it says it's positive. The Monday, Thursday test here. If you want to put them on for Thursday,
Yeah. Test positive for what?
for Flores, that THC, Judge. These are Monday, Thursday tested.
So, where's Michael, do you know?
Well, first he said the trial didn't go, and then when asked to come with the results, he said he's in trial.
Okay, so we'll roll to Thursday. You gotta come back and test again.
Thursday, okay.
Yeah.
got it.
All right, come back on Thursday. We're gonna test you again. Don't use. All right, come on.
That's for the term.
Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Do you think we have enough that she's not gonna get just let out? That we're okay, that she can actually go to Hue?
On the contract, it doesn't say anything about special release, so I want to refer to the on it.
The contract doesn't say anything about Hue, Nathan.
It doesn't say like release to Hue only.
Well, let's put it in.
Alright, go ahead and sign, please.
Brandon, can you hold up on that?
Do we have to have do we have to have a barcode on it? Or-
I just found it.
Oh, yeah.
No, it says. There's the two-way reference on it. Wrong.
No, I'll let you know everything. So.
Here's your reset to come back on Thursday. Felicia.
Yes?
You have a question about the monitor?
Is there a issue? If you want to stop by 49 City Center when you leave today,
Just page 24. McDowell.
yes, the word revocation, you got a match. Can you just check with them? They can.
Please. McDowell was no PC from the magistrate. What say you?
That's easier for you.
It's a DVD case. I talked to DVD, they said they just want to review for
Make it off for Thursday. DVD's reviewing one more thing before they,
Okay, I'll put it on for that Monday, 28th.
okay.
Judge, you haven't given my girl a bond yet, have you?
No.
Right? Right? I'm right.
Yeah, you can't release her until.
Hey,
Or.
We don't have one.
No.
Yeah, come on. How are you,
We're
man?
good.
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
It's Monday.
It is a little weird today, but we'll get through it. Judge, I am here on our friend. I feel like almost like he's family. Daniel Fraser.
Okay.
He was charged with another escape.
Oh,
Um,
no, we got him back.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was surprised to see him pull up on my docket as well, but not really.
Will you stay on it?
Yeah, I'm on, Judge. You know, we have a decent relationship. Even though we believe we know how this is going to go, at least from you, because right now the bond is set at $50,006, and $50,000 in the felony court. He wants me to ask you for a time served. I believe I already know what the answer is going to be. And in the event that you deny my request for a time served, he said he's willing to go back into treatment and he's willing to complete treatment this time. Now, I don't know how that's going to affect him upstairs because
Ours, until the upstairs is taken care of, because they won't take him with an open felon. So
Understood.
Kind of
Understood.
standstill until.
And the big problem is, I'm not representing him upstairs. But his court date is like May the whenever, it's like really far down the line. Yeah, so.
Get you going. Do you mind bringing up Mr. Fleischer, please? Thanks. Vic, you want to give me another one while we're waiting?
Page 27 and 28 on Seha.
5,001 on both. Is this the first or second?
You mean just delete it or? Okay. Minutes for Lynch.
It's a first, Judge.
Yeah, 5,001 on both. I'm not gonna do BO.
That's it for bonds. We have with or in custody where attorneys haven't shown up yet. I'm calling and emailing.
Yeah, my only concern is Avalar, because it looks like they gave him another PR bond and I'm not down with that.
Yes, oh, council's supposed to zoom out. I did.
Oh, he's here. Great. Okay. How are you? You're back.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you. How are things? Good. What's good to see you?
We're good.
Say it again?
So they were good.
You know, you can run, but the long arm gonna get you every single time. You can only go so far. Sorry, no time, sir. You know how it goes. I told you, every time we come back, we're gonna do it until it takes. And you
So
know,
my only option, in all honesty, my only option for the miscellaneous treatment, there's no other option. No matter what, no matter if I got treatment on my own.
really? Really?
I mean, I've done it already. I've done it once. I've got behavioral treatment and I've also got mental health, behavioral and also substance abuse treatment. I've done both already.
I want to use ours. The problem is that I cannot do anything until the case upstairs is taken care of. So we're kind of in a holding pattern until upstairs. Hopefully, they will see that that's what we want to do here and they'll, you know, but I don't know. I can't, you're not representing upstairs, right?
No, sir.
So, we got to wait to see what happens upstairs. And then we'll just, told you, we're just going to keep doing it until it takes. Hopefully one day it does.
I really don't. I don't have a substance abuse problem. I really don't. And honest to God, I don't. Like I've stopped a long time ago. And honest to God, I've stopped and I'm not trying to go that path. Honest to God, I don't have a substance abuse problem issue. I've stopped.
So, I guess let's set it for 30, Mr. Brooker. We'll wait. Because if they take care of it beforehand, you know, we'll see. And then if it's still set for the May 17th, we'll set it for the day after at that point. And then we'll see, hopefully, you know, reach out to the lawyer upstairs, let them know this is what we want to do here. Hopefully they'll see that that's what we're trying to do. And then, you know.
So basically, I'm waiting for the appellate to see what happens.
Hopefully they will see what we're trying to achieve and be on the same page as us. You know, this is the second time you're facing this charge upstairs. They may offer you 4 years, 5 years upstairs. You know, it's no joke. You know, I'm trying to help you, Mr. Fleischer, believe it or not. You know, really. You're facing a lot of time and it's not the first time. So if you try to, you know, we played this game the first time. I don't know if they're going to.
Yes, sir.
Anyway.
It's a different court, Judge, so I'm hoping that we can have a similar outcome. And if they do it beforehand, I'll come off
I
document.
want to do it. And hopefully if they see that you're really willing to. So, all right.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say hello. That's it.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
We'll see you in 30.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Woodward.
Yes, good day, Your Honor.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself, sir?
Okay. Hey, Deputy Miranda, can you also bring out Mr. Avalar, please? Yeah.
Not yet. Working on it.
I'm showing that Mr. Avalar on the terroristic threat.
Javelin, good morning, sir.
Sir, you were in February charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. It's come to my attention that you have now picked up a violation of a bond condition or a protective order. I have no idea what happened, but I want to find out. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. I want you to know that you're not here alone. I have a lawyer for you here. He's right there, so you know that you're not here alone, okay? Okay, so what happened in the DPO, please?
Well,
Not you. That. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that.
On March 29, 2025, law enforcement officers were on patrol when they observed a white Honda Accord driving south on a public city street located in Harris County. The law enforcement officer read the vehicle's license plate through TIC and TIC and observed that the vehicle's registration had been expired since June 2023. Law enforcement officers initiated a traffic stop and activated their emergency equipment and followed the defendant's vehicle that drove into a gas station parking lot and pulled over to stop. The law enforcement officer approached the defendant's vehicle and observed the passenger sitting in the front seat wearing no seatbelt. The defendant requested the full name and date of birth of the passenger, who identified herself as Stephanie Avalar, and that was confirmed by the law enforcement officers. The law enforcement officers also found that that her name came back as a protected person from a recent violence incident, and ran the identifying information of the driver, also known as the defendant, that came back under the same protective order as the defendant for that case as well. The law enforcement officers reapproached the vehicle and detained the defendant, and confirmed that one of the bond conditions and the protective order was that the defendant shall have no contact with the
So it's just the by virtue of the, so we had issued the no contact, right?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Avilar, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward. You have to understand that when we have court orders, we mean it. It's not hard. You have a lawyer. When you want something changed, you talk to the lawyer can come to us and we hear things out and we can change things. But when you try to do stuff on your own, everything goes sideways, and it goes sideways quick, as you now know. So,
In Your Honor, we will be, we'd like to approach off docket tomorrow to try to have the MOAP amended. The state did in fact try to call the CW, but they have not been able to speak with her to clarify that she would in fact like him to be able to come home and have contact and the like.
So what happened?
So terrorism threat, he appeared in PC court on February 13th. He received a PR bond, and next week he came in here for an arraignment. He appeared. He got a reset for April 23rd.
Right, but I'm showing now he's bond active after the new case. Why? Did they give him another PR bond?
No, this case was never,
Look, it shows bond made on the terroristic threat.
that's from the previous PR bond. He was never revoked after since the new case. This case has still been on bond.
Did they not address it? And I'm at a loss if they never addressed it.
Yes. It was new court. His only recent is for April 10th.
You know, Mr. Woodward, my concern is that, they gave them a PR bond on the terroristic threat. I don't even show that a PR bond was given. Oh, here we go. On 2/13, now he's picked up a violation of protective order. So I can't continue to give you a PR bond when you're picking up new cases, man. You know?
Could I ask? It's because I made bond.
No.
Sorry.
You need to talk to your lawyer before you talk to me, because I don't want you to say something that hurts your case,
Sir.
I'll give you time to talk to him, but I can't, we do things a certain way. You can't do stuff on your own. You've been through the system long enough to know that,
Yes, sir.
Are you on parole at this time?
No, sir, I'm not on parole, but I paid for my bond.
Hold on. So no PR bond on the terroristic threat. Okay, let's do this. Your lawyer said he can be here tomorrow. So we'll have him come here tomorrow so he can talk to you and you guys can regroup, try to figure something out. So Mr. Woodward, you say you can be here tomorrow?
Absolutely.
You want to address it, I guess, then?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll roll you to tomorrow. We'll try to figure something out.
Judge, he's supposed to get released today because of surety bond on the BPO.
Rep, I'm not giving him another PR bond when he picked up a VPO though.
Do you want me to revoke
The PR bond, yeah.
No,
Your Honor,
Yeah,
I certainly understand how you work, but since I'm not there with my client, I just like for him to experience that. The facts of the underlying case, Your Honor, are that he and the CW, they're in a relationship. They had an argument. She grabbed his hair first, was pulling him. Then he was grabbing her. But a text message was sent from an unknown number saying, "If you don't come home, I'm gonna fuck you up." Excuse my English, Your Honor, but that's what was the crux of the PC, Your Honor.
Of which one?
For the terroristic threat case.
I don't know. I guess what happened in the terroristic threat?
Yes, Your Honor, if I just have one moment.
My understanding is that the CW is willing to communicate, that there was a little bit of a misunderstanding of the facts. I believe the state called her once. She said she wasn't available, but she would be if they called back. I don't think that she's been able to communicate that there was a little bit of a misunderstanding of the facts.
Your Honor, what I have is that this was the threat was made during an altercation where the defendant told the complaining witness, and I quote here, I apologize for the language.
Don't be shy. Come on. We all know the F word.
I'm going to fuck you up if you don't come home.
I understand that could be made during an altercation, Your Honor.
Don't come home. It was made during, the defendant admitted that there was an altercation, admitted that he told the complaining witness, "I'm going to fuck you up if you don't come home."
Your Honor, I'm looking right at the summary of facts. It literally says, on her cell phone contacts, complainant stated the defendant then began to threaten her via cell phone text, which he stated, I'm gonna go kick your door. I got you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Complainant stated she was fearful for her safety. But before that line, it says they came from an unknown number. It says it in the summary.
Your Honor, it is further down in the summary of facts that there is an admission.
Of course, Mr. Woodward, someone can make something from an unknown number, but they can corroborate it at the same time, And I think that's what the state is saying here, that he corroborates the actual text message saying that I'm gonna go fuck you up. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
The problem is that we have him, he's still doing stuff on his own. I've told him not to do it, admonished him not to do it, and he's still,
Yes, sir.
In this life, when you do things the right way, good things happen. When you do stuff the way you want to do it in violation of orders, and you've been through this sufficient that you know?
Sir.
No, it's not the end of the world, but how do I get your attention so that you realize that we mean business? If I just give you PR bond after PR bond after PR bond, I mean, we have no teeth.
Yes, sir. I paid out of my pocket to get bonded. They gave me a bond downstairs and I paid
When
for
you're
it.
on your VPO, but I'm not gonna give you a PR bond when you're picking up a VPO.
She called me, her home had it.
I'm not gonna, no, no, no,
Alright.
no. Like I said, talk to your lawyer
Yeah.
first. Start telling us stuff, because I don't want you to put your
Yes, sir.
foot in your mouth when you think you're trying to help regardless. Now, look, we can come back tomorrow. He's gonna come here. We can try to work something out. But
I was just trying to help, sir. I've been staying away from her. I got like 10 days left.
Sir, I got you. I got you. I'll come check up on you, okay?
back tomorrow, we'll deal with it and we'll figure something out. So you'll definitely be here tomorrow, Mr. Woodward?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna revoke it for now. Come back tomorrow, we'll talk. Do you have a place so they can reach out to the complaining witness so they can get a rip done by tomorrow? Mr. Woodward?
I do not have it readily available, Your Honor. I can likely get it.
Okay, so don't, I mean, can you try to do a rip between now and tomorrow? So we can try to figure out what she wants and then we'll go forward, please. Okay, all right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, bud, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a great day.
And try to get the rip done by tomorrow. I mean, I know, or just let them know. Leave it, just no more PR bomb.
Okay.
So just yank the PR bomb.
Wait, so not revoking on the original?
So, they gave him, so the PR bond was never addressed when he got rearrested, and I don't understand why.
Okay.
They should have either given him a new PR bond, revoked it or whatnot, but they didn't do anything. I'm not gonna give him a PR bond when he picks up a VPO.
Okay. And then for the terroristic threat, are we?
No, that's for the terroristic threat. You got a PR bond. on the
Yes.
terroristic threat. I'm yanking that. PR.
Okay, so we are.
I'll leave the assault, or the VPO, I'm gonna leave as is, because you made a sure to.
Okay, perfect. When you get a chance, could you just sign the bond violation?
For sure.
Thank you.
Okay,
Judge, so I have three, no attorneys have shown up and they're in custody.
I guess roll it to tomorrow.
That's it, we're done.
That's no shit. All right, have a wonderful day. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Hey, that, the funeral I told you about, 11 o'clock. So maybe I can come in, just do a random and then I'll take off. So after you went.
Actually, you see on the schedule, so wanted to know, put in your queue or you want, we'll give it to.
If they found out the city, then, hey,
I had.
Blaze, there's one more that I found note from Cheryl. Did you see that?
Are they on today's docket?
Is it on today?
No.
What's the
They released.
case number?
It's 255-7871.
No, I'm totally fine. Like, love it, love it, love it. Can I ask why? Totally not angry. I'm not angry! Oh, right, like.
Or he left without signing his mower.
Oh, yes.
Please.